There we go. How's everybody doing tonight? Chat,
Hello,
can you
everyone.
guys hear us? Can you hear us? That's the main thing I want to know first.
Mic check. Mic check.
1, 2, 3.
Can you
There we
guys
go.
hear us? How's everybody doing tonight? Chat,
Hello,
can you
everyone.
guys hear us? Can you hear us? That's the
If
main
not,
thing I want
that
to know
blame
first.
Gator.
Mic.
Yep,
The
we're
old
good.
one.
We're
Todd.
good.
I blame Todd. There we go.
And you know, if you guys saw the thumbnail to the stream chat, you noticed there was an AI version of Gator with his Gator head on, and that's because I got Plonker of the Week again for a second time this year with the Brickcord because of my camera issues I had last week. Oh my God, it's just been nuts.
Plonker?
Plonker is like someone who makes a dumb mistake. I guess that's the British term of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Zombie Pops, Jimmy Rayner, Pee-Pee, how you doing? Scarlet KM, welcome, everybody. Okay,
Hello,
everybody can
everyone.
hear us good, and
What's up, everyone?
yeah, I guess we're gonna get a show going here. I guess that works for everybody. Let me.
Although that's weird. Mine seems to be
You're-
on YouTube, the video.
You're lagging a little bit, Kingsley.
Oh, weird.
Might be your
Okay,
connection.
let's see. I'm in Ethernet. Let me see.
You're fine now. You were roboting
You
for
were
a
just
second there.
roboting for a
Yeah.
second. You're fine now.
Okay, well, if it has problems, it's got to be Discord because I know my connection's good right now.
Yeah,
I just tested it.
I'm running fiber.
Not Discord would never do that.
I'm streaming at 10,000 kilobits right now, so we should
Listen,
be strong.
I'm running on 5G home internet.
Oh,
Oof,
no.
yeah.
Allie Kate, how you doing? How's everybody tonight? Man, it's been a dramatic week. I'm just glad it's over. Glad it's over tonight. So can
Yeah,
get
I
back
got
to
my
normal.
Ethernet.
Yeah.
Direct to
Okay.
Google Fiber.
I got something called
Okay, so that makes sense why I was pausing on the YouTube because I guess the Discord connection was
could
causing
be.
issues.
Yeah, could be. This is just our
Hopefully
little
Discord
yeah.
treats me well.
All right.
What servers are you guys on?
Servers. I'm gonna bring
Maybe
you don't pick
servers.
servers when we're on
Kingsley's a
call
little
like
low.
this,
I'm gonna bring Kingsley up.
when we do a call like this, we can't pick a server, right? Like in a regular Discord channel.
I don't know what you're talking about even, so.
Well, they used to in Discord they let you pick different servers in voice channels, but I guess they don't here. That's okay.
Is that better? Can you guys hear Kingsley better now? Might as well get this
Testing,
done
testing.
now. Get this done now.
I mean, I'm right on the mic, so Gator needs to turn me up. Actually,
I
I can
turned
turn my
you up.
input up. Do you want me to do that, Gator?
Zombie. No. I'd rather let me
Okay.
do all the adjustments. Yeah.
Yep.
I've
But I can
got,
if you ever need.
I've got meters in Discord, and I've got extra meters on OBS, and then I got my meters on my mixing board. I'm recording in 3 different areas right now. So
You can see I'm right on the mic, so if you need me to turn
Nope.
up, but I'm at
You're
80% on my input.
you're
Okay.
good, man. How about you, RNG?
I'm good.
How you sounding?
I have no idea.
Sounds good.
Yeah, bring it.
Sounds
Oh.
great to me.
Sounds good to me,
Great,
but I
great.
mean, I'm not the audience.
that sounds
Yeah,
great
we're not
to
on
me.
On our side, it's good.
I'll bring him up
Test
a little
that.
bit. Yeah, HD, you're good. Yeah,
Sweet.
gotcha. Okay, let's do a show.
Let's go.
Get a little drinky here.
Sip, sip, sip.
You know what's funny? I used to never get nervous doing podcasting, but now that we're doing live shows, I get that little nervous tick before I record. It's crazy. All right, I think we're good to go now. Okay, quiet on the set. Here we go. Yep. See it. Oh, what it does is it goes to my emblem when you turn your camera off, Chet. Yeah.
Well,
You go.
something else you got to fix.
Yeah. Worry about it later.
Plucker of the week again.
Hold on. Let me get some more gum. I'll attach it over here. Hold on. I'll put some more bubble gum over here. It'll hold together. Hold together, baby. Come on.
No, you
All
need that racing tape.
I'm telling you, man.
Listen, you need HVAC tape what you need.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
HVAC, 200 mile an hour tape.
I need full tapes. What I need. Yeah. Okay. I think all our sounds good. So let us get going here. Here we go. Quiet on the set. 3, 2. What's up, Guardian? Welcome to episode 277 of Guardian Downcast, the Destiny podcast. I'm your host, Todd the Gator, and I'm a day one Guardian who loves gaming and especially the Destiny franchise. We're the podcast that's all about your stories, your community, and your destiny. In this live episode, we have a rare back-to-back guest show with our new live setup, but it's ToddtheGatr on YouTube if you want to watch the replay after this. Welcome everyone who joined us live tonight. Love you guys. I'd like to thank my two co-hosts joining me tonight, RNGGator and Kingsleymac. How are you guys doing tonight?
Glad to be here.
Doing good.
Excellent. RNG is just trying not to get fined. All right. Well, for those of you who may have just discovered our podcast, we have a live version of our show on YouTube where you can interact with us live. We also have a replay tonight of the show, like I mentioned earlier, on my channel. And of course, the audio version always drops and will be available on whatever podcatcher or podcast app you use out there. And you can always go to our website. It's guardiandowncast.com to listen to any individual episodes as well. Tonight's guest has been a member of our community for over a year now and has been very engaging in our Discord. And I wanted to know more about this guy. So here he is tonight. So please welcome to the show, HdTech. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Ready to end this week off. I appreciate you having me. It's good to be here.
Good deal with that nice background. Wow, it's crisp too. Man, it looks good.
Listen, congratulations go to Copilot for that. I cannot take credit. All nice. Copilot.
Very nice. I wanted to also give credit where credit is due because of Mr. Hayoka in our Discord. He's one of our mods. He did the AI art for our thumbnail tonight. Thank you, Mr. Hayoka. The chat probably heard a minute ago, I became Plonker of the Week for a second time this year. So I feel kind of honored. Plonker is the British term for someone who makes a dumb mistake. Well, I guess because of my camera woes last week, I guess that's what got me nominated. So I think Rolfie had something to do with that. So thank you, gentlemen. I'm honored. I'll wear my pink shaders this weekend. I'll make sure to record something. But in this episode, we're going to hear about HdTech, his life, gaming, and of course, his destiny. Also, all our questions that are community posted will be weaved in the interview as well. Next, we're going to test his Twitch reflexes in our fast fire question and answer segment we call, oh yeah, the speed run. We'll then catch up and see what all of us have been up to in gaming and entertainment and life. Next, I will very briefly point out some highlights of this week in Destiny as per usual. And it's a pretty light TWAB this week. Then we're going to have our topic of the week where we will all weigh in on a particular topic that actually HdTech brought to the show tonight. Of course, if you have any feedback for us from anything we're talking about, let's hear it in our Discord, discord.gg/guardiandowncast, and just go to our show feedback channel. Finally, we're going to answer any questions for the show from our Discord community SpeakPipe or mailbag. I think we have just Discord questions tonight, so we'll get to those at the end of the show. Also, what guest episode wouldn't be complete without some music to add to our Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and Apple Music. For our live audience, if time allows, we'll hang out for a bit afterwards. If there's any questions, comments, or anything you guys want to talk about, pretty much a lot to cover tonight, as usual. So if everyone's ready, let's roll. All right, let's go. Let's get to our interview. And
dun, 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 dun.
There we go. All right. I'm recording tracks. That's why there's a pause. Live audience who maybe has not been familiar with us, but every time there's a pause, that's because we're recording a new track for the audio listeners of the podcast. So let me get my chat back up here where I can see what's going on. There we go. Okay, here we go. 3, 2. Well, Mr. HdTech, how you doing, man? Good. Thanks for coming on the show tonight. It's good to see you. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought you were still going.
No. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, look, hey, everyone, let's just shake it out. Let's just get this chill
shake it
out.
Go.
We're good. Everything's good tonight. So, hey, let's start out. Where are you from, man?
I was born and raised actually in Florida Central area, close to you, I'm pretty sure. Is what I've heard. And I reside now in North Carolina, north of Charlotte area.
Another North Carolina. Okay.
Where at?
Catawba County, between Statesville and Hickory, that area.
Hickory.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Well, HdTech, what do you do for a living, man?
I do industrial maintenance right now. So I do all electrical PLC 24 volt stuff, high volt 480 volt stuff, hydraulics, air, HVAC, anything that involves in a warehouse. It's my department to handle, take care of, and assess anything that get done.
So you got to be like a jack of all trades. Man,
Essentially, mechanical,
that's really good.
hydraulics, air, electrical, everything.
Very cool, man. Very cool. You married? Have kids?
I am married, and I have 4 little ones. Oldest is 7, and youngest is 3.
3 and
So
7.
busy schedule.
Wow.
Well, it's
3.
7, 6, 5, and 3.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I tell you what, I was watching my my grandson this last week, and he was breaking a tooth in, and he was sick. And I'm like,
Don't miss that day.
dude, I had 4 hours. I could not console him. I had to walk around my house. I think I did 20,000 steps that day. But dude, children are tough, especially when they're very young. So good on you, man. What is one of your earliest video game moments? What got you into this, man?
So the earliest I remember was growing up. House I lived in growing up had a little shed in the backyard, and I remember it's like an old wooden shed. And I remember we had a little old school big box TV, and it had a Super Nintendo. One had a big flat cartridge you had to blow into and get work so often.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't remember. I was so young. I don't know if I want to get it or my old man had. I don't know. I remember taking a screwdriver and shoving a screwdriver into it so it actually played correctly because it was so worn out and so abused and used. That was my first memory playing the screwdriver inside of a Super Nintendo, playing like the early game I remember. It used to be a Jurassic Park game. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a Jurassic Park game on Super Nintendo that I remember playing. And that was like the early game I remember playing. And then obviously Pokemon and Nintendo 64 and so on and so forth.
Nice.
But that's like the earliest.
Well,
one of the earliest ones.
How did you find this game, Destiny? Now let's clarify. Are you a Destiny 1 player or are you a Destiny 2 player?
That's tricky. So I have about 4 hours in Destiny 1 in 2015. I was getting a service, so I bought it, played a few hours into it, and went back to World of Warcraft. So I did not play it but 4 hours. So I did play D1, but not really play D1.
Right.
I picked up D2 in 2015. I actually bought the PS4 edition that had the Taken King edition, whatever, had all 3 packs in it you could have got.
Mm-hmm.
And then I quit for like 2 years after that. I played for like a year, and then my family started growing. So, video games go to the side, real life takes over. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep.
And then, like 2019 era for Taken King, I think before that, I picked up again and played off and on. Not a whole lot. And then probably a year and a half ago, probably halfway Wish Queen into not Final Shape, Lightfall, I got actually serious. So for reference, me and Ramos were actually looking at hours played. Like I think a week ago, we're talking about this. I have, I think, 1,360 hours at the time in the game on Steam, and 60 of them were from before Lightfall.
Okay.
So majority of it is all when my lifestyle settled, I moved and life settled down and had a bigger house and able to play more.
I hear you.
So I did play all of them, but didn't ever actually, not enough play to actually know what happened or really comprehend it to get deep into it.
In Destiny 1, you see you only did 4 hours. Did you get into like Taken King eventually ever or anything like that?
I do remember playing a campaign and getting into the Dreadnought. And I was a campaign player. I played the campaign all the way through, and I thought that was the end of the game. I didn't realize there's a whole nother game past the solo campaign game. So once you finish the campaign, I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm done, really. I didn't really get the whole season thing and campaign thing, really. I remember going to the Dreadnought and landing, and that's how much I remember playing it, really.
Kingsley.
Okay, because Destiny 1 got better, Taken King and on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if someone was to come into Destiny 2 right now, and if they did stuff in order of what you can get, everyone's like, well, it's really good when you get to, Final Shape or something. So,
yeah.
I want to play more, but obviously, life, family, responsibilities, do what you got to do.
Kingsley, you just didn't get Destiny-itis in Destiny 1. That's all. No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody eventually gets Destiny-itis.
And that's what I hear. A lot of people, if they've only done like a few hours and didn't get into Taken King, a lot of people did drop off. So I feel bad. Luckily, I got into Taken King right when it came out, so it was easy for me to stay interested in Destiny.
Yeah. Dude, day one, I was hooked. That was the best game I've ever played. But good deal, man. Well, hey, all these years of playing the Destiny 1, Destiny 2, what's one of your favorite moments, man? What one comes to mind that you just never forget?
Honestly, it has to do with the Guardian Downcast. When I first joined this server, it was
Nice.
when Guardian ranks had first came out. I was trying to get, I think it was rank 7 or 8. The one you had to do the King Fall raid, Root and Nightmare raid. You had to do, I think, 3 or 4 different raids to get your Guardian rank. And I hopped in the Discord, I think the same week, and I ended up needing the Root and Nightmare to get my Guardian rank. And I posted LFG in the Guardian Hub, not Guardian Hub, Guardian Downcast to do it. And Hazel actually got a team together for me, and we ran Root and Nightmare that day. That's my first time playing the community, and that was kind of a pinnacle, opening my eyes to the community side of this game, really, and opening up to more than just, it's not just you.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can't remember everyone. It's been so long now. But I know Hazel, and I got a picture somewhere of all of us dancing the end of it.
Oh yeah, I try to get those pics too. And Hazel was always a very good Sherpa. He always could keep us cool. Well, most of the time. And if I was in the fire team, then all bets are off. But we just bumped heads in raids. I would try to explain too much, or he would. We'd step all over each other. So that's just the way it was. But well, good deal, man. Good deal. Well, speaking of which, how did you find the Guardian Downcast community originally?
Spotify. I was sitting at work, and I decided, I'm like, oh no, I want to be more interested in this game called Destiny. So I'm like, I'm looking for a podcast I can just listen to. And Guardian Downcast was one of the first ones on the list. So I just clicked it. I liked it. Saw the Discord link button and joined into it. So being high up in that list helped us.
The button actually works. Okay, good to know.
The button actually works. Yeah, that advertising you paid for to the top 10. You're good.
Half the links, I don't even know if they even work. I put them in place a long time ago, but there's too much going on. Well, good deal, man. Good. Well, okay. Spotify's helping us out. This is good to know. What character in the game do you like the most? Doesn't have to be an NPC, because I'll ask. I'll tell you what's your favorite character? It could be even lore wise. And then what is your favorite NPC that, at the tower?
Oh, overall, Drifter's my guy, I think.
Everybody likes him. All right.
Well, he's just that, nonchalant, cool kid in the corner you go talk to, but I believe you need something. They want to go party somewhere.
Right.
But he knows he's so good, he don't need to be part of the crowd. He just does his thing. He knows who he has a confidence in. He has a confidence in him.
Yeah, and you got to see the young version of Drifter in Destiny Rising, because I heard you played that. I played a little bit of it as well. Nice.
What do you think about it?
Oh, we'll get into it.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay. We'll definitely get into it. And what was your favorite character? Is that the same as Drifter's?
I'm gonna stick with
Okay.
Drifter's overall.
Got it.
My man. And I love Gambit too, so that's gonna help out with that.
It's okay.
You cringed. I saw that. I saw the cringe.
It's all right. It's all right. If it has a weapon for me to go get, I'm going to go get it. So I will play more Gambit. I've actually prestige Gambit already, which is unheard of. Nice. But you give me a bygones to go after, I'm going to do it. HdTech, do you do bounties?
I do bounties in both games now, actually.
Not
as much to do now, because obviously Pathfinders kind of took that over. So I mean, it's not the same as it used to be.
It's still bounties. You're still completing.
But I go pick them up. If I get them done, I get them done. I don't go hunt for. I pick up all the ones I have available, and if I get them done, I click them off, and we're good to go.
I've gotten better with it though. I don't take bounties that I know I can't complete by the time I'm done playing for the night. So I'll even play Crucible, and I got to tell you, the new Pathfinder system has been beautiful. I've reset it, just playing a couple 3 hours of Crucible. Usually I play on Monday nights with Moonshine, Jeff, Warcry, and I usually get at least 2 or 3 of them done. It's awesome. So I'm loving the new Pathfinder, the way they've rearranged everything where you can actually play stuff in Crucible and get credit for it. So are you a Titan, Hunter, or Warlock main?
50-50 Hunter Titan. Every other season depends what I'm going with. Currently Titan.
Why no love for the Warlock?
The jump. 100% the jump. 100% the jump.
I get it. It's an acquired skill. That's a backhand.
It just feels so. I don't know. I have issues. I can't do it.
It's okay. It's all right. I've jumped. Never mind. I never jumped off a cliff with a short jump.
There's a recording of it somewhere, but we can find it later on.
Usually when Kingsley pushes me off or something, especially RNG.
Kingsley don't do that. What are you talking about? No, you never do that.
Do we have to talk about the dungeon?
No,
we don't.
we're not going to do that yet. Not yet.
Charge for the win.
What is it though about Titan and Hunter you like the most? And if you had to choose between the two, which one do you like the best?
I'm gonna go with Titan just because of the fluency of how he feels moving and jumping right now.
Very good movement.
It has this feel.
Yeah, I got you.
It's more of a. It feels a momentum movement, not direct. Like Hunter, you're directing where you're going. Titan has that just momentum feel to it. It goes where you're ready. Like inertia kind of takes over.
Yeah, in Destiny Rising, you're basically a hunter. You got a big double jump's all you got. So at least a little bit I played, but
we'll get into that.
It opens up. Okay, I played a little bit of it this week. What activities do you prefer to play, and what do you enjoy the most playing Destiny 2?
If we're talking about ritual activities, I'm gonna go with Gambit because I feel like it's a good mixture of both. Well, It depends who I'm playing with. I'm a community player, so I mean, I really enjoy if I'm with 5 or 6 stack or 4 stack. If I'm soloing, it's probably going to be Gambit, but I have no problem with Crucible Knights. I'll go love playing Crucible with, Cloud, King Tut, and all them people. If it's raiding, I'm good with that. Favorite if it's not ritual, it's gonna be raiding because I love our weekly raid group going on. If it's ritual based and it's just me, in my opinion, it's gonna be Gambit.
The chat is on fire now with all the Titan hate.
No, native. We're not doing scrims after this. If anything, a raid, right?
There you go.
Totally, but actually, I want to pull up the video on my phone so I can see this chat. I can't see the chat right now. I gotta fix this.
Yeah. Chat is all over the place tonight. It's crazy. Okay. Let me ask you this. What one weapon in your vault? And we're not like Blueberry Lounge. We don't make you destroy weapons. But if you had, but let's just say tomorrow, Shax is going to destroy your vault. What weapon are you refusing to let him destroy in your vault? You can use them if you need to.
Well, let's go. I had a really good gun. I like the please just the other day. Hold on a second. Let me pull my dim up for a second. In my head, I guess playing. I don't really remember which exact one it was, but it wasn't a GL. It was
Raid Launcher. Okay.
It's gonna be the new auto rifle, Fair Judgment. I can't think of the name of it.
Wait, is that the one you get from the when you complete a certain level in Crucible with it? Really, you're liking that one?
I love that one.
Is it a 600 or 450? I got one. I just haven't used it enough. I think it's a 450.
I think so.
It's a precision.
450.
Okay.
It's a precision.
Nice.
It feels so good. That's my go-to.
I've heard good things. I've heard good things about it. I got to maybe try it some more. Okay. Let's see here.
What's hard is there's so many good weapons right now. It's really I know Kingsley said it before. There's so many weapons. It's hard to really find one that tickles your itch.
This is always a question I love asking. I think someone asked it a long time ago in the Discord as a Discord question. I stole it as a question for the show. If you had one small team that Bungie assigned you to make anything you want for the future of the Destiny 2 franchise, what would you do with them? Anything you want.
Well, I mean, what I want, they're kind of working on it. Right? I want to work on the solo activity more, but the new having be able to do more solo the adventure side of Destiny, be able to go adventure, which I guess I do have a small little team doing it because they're getting from what I've seen the push and brain's going dumb. Not Echoes. Frontiers.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking. So you're okay. You want to direct them more to do what in Frontiers?
Well, walking No Man's Sky style. I love No Man's Sky. If we can combine those two, like if you want to just do a solo stuff and go explore around, go ahead, knock yourself out, or you can hop on the other side. If you combine those two together, that's the perfect world to me.
Yeah,
it's like what I've mentioned before too. Procedurally generated, mixed with Destiny, mixed with adventuring. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, I have signature questions left, but I'll turn it to my host. Do you guys have any questions for him before we go to the signature questions?
I need to know, what's your favorite drink and dessert?
Ooh, Baja Blast Mountain Dew. If we're going non-alcoholic, Jack and Coke all day. I'm a simple man. Beer, Jack and Coke. I don't do the crazy stuff. And what was the other one? He said favorite dessert? I'm a sucker for cheesecake all day.
Ooh, nice.
A good old regular cheesecake.
Regular? Okay.
Regular. Yeah. I don't regular or the turtle ones.
Ooh.
Regular
I have
turtle.
had those.
Regular turtle.
Those guys are good. Those are good.
That's what we're going with.
Okay.
I love the answers. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Signature questions. Do you have any other hobbies? Other than your gaming hobby, what other hobbies do you have, if any? I know you have kids, you're probably busy, but
I must say, I mean, I don't, it's that or I like doing mechanic stuff usually. Like I'm a very mechanic line person, so I like to goof around, mess around with little engines or stuff like that. I'm so busy right now though, between, obviously 4 kids, 3 of them in therapies or management appointments every week. So between work and appointments and now school, I have 3 in school right now. It's hard. I have a lot. Like gaming is my one release. I'm not doing family stuff or like at home stuff.
okay.
If I had picking, it would be like, messing around with little small engine stuff or being a grease monkey. That's what I naturally am.
Nice. Yeah, I love tinkering. I was just doing brakes on my work truck last couple weeks ago. I ran out of time. I replaced the back rotor and brakes and calipers and everything, and I had to do the other side, and it started raining. I'm like, great. I got to knock out another half day to work out the other side. Okay. Oh, dude, what's up with that gamer tag? HdTech.
So you're gonna actually laugh at this one. So I started getting online gaming. I was in high school, so World of Warcraft vanilla days. And if you don't remember Gunbound was a good game I played a lot too as a young kid. I always had the name Silverin all the time. So if 2004 and 5 up until 2019, if you get killed by anyone by Silverin, I'm sorry, that was me. You can hash it out of me right now if you want to about it. But I had that name for the longest time. And then I was actually still in Florida working third shift at Disney, and Call of Duty Mobile came out. And I had to pick a new name for Call of Duty Mobile, and I'm like, I don't want Silver anymore. I've had it for like 10 years. It ain't itching my itch no more because it doesn't mean anything. And at the time, I just left the dealership. I just got out of the motorcycle industry. I was working on Harley Davidsons, so I thought about Harley Davidson Tech. I'm a big Harley. You see my logo; it's inspired from that.
Oh yeah, I guess definitely a giveaway.
So it's Call of Duty Mobile, so I made a new name, and I decided to go with HG for Harley Davidson and Tech for Technician.
Very cool.
And Disney, we've talked about this, have we? Right?
A little bit.
I used to work
server stuff. I think we talked about there.
I used to work second shift at Disneyland in attractions. I was a ride operator.
Yeah, that's why I did maintenance on all the roller coasters, all the attraction stuff there.
Yeah.
Nice.
So when I was getting off work, you guys were coming in. I remember that.
Yeah. Do the high five. Okay, have fun. See you later. Bye.
Now, Kingsley, did they rotate you on rides, or did you assign a ride?
So you get assigned and trained to ride. I mean, once you get trained on multiple rides, you can get rotated in your schedule, but it's not common to get a lot of rides. You will get one at first for several months to a year, and then you'll get another one, and then another one as you've just proven yourself. And you can move up to the high status, like the A roller coasters, like Space or Thunder. They're not going to put new people on that right away.
Yeah. Nice. Always wondered that. Cool. Okay. HdTech, do you have a motto or mantra that you live by?
I don't know if it's really ever been said a mantra, but I like to live by, like, there's issues. Obviously, there's always issues in the world. There's always things going on. But I like to look at life. If it does not affect me, don't worry about it. It's not my problem. Don't mose in anyone's business. Don't let other things bother you. You do what you gotta do to get on with life, and that's what we're going with.
Take care of your business. Gotcha.
I don't really know what the mantra is, but that's the principle.
No, I like it.
After.
I like it. That's a good way to live too. That's for sure. Anybody who's lived in a neighborhood, there's a neighbor who just has to know what's going on with everybody, and it's just so annoying sometimes. Okay, I'll finish with this one. This is one of my favorite questions. What is one thing about you, HdTech, that maybe our community may not know about you?
So this is going to throw a curveball, but I already talked about what I do for work, and Kingsley firsthand, dealt with some of the stuff I deal with, so he knows what I do kind of and some of the things. I am actually color deficient, actually colorblind, actually.
Really? Okay.
But yet I got hired to do electrical work now for big companies. So hey, look what happens.
And how do you know which wire is red and blue?
It's not, you don't see color, it's shades. So like your red may be a pink to me. That's why I like to unwire something myself and rewire it myself. I don't like hopping in on wire jobs because what you call brown, I may call something else, like a violet or like, red or pink, or like if a white's faded, it could look greenish to me. It's a shades thing all around.
Okay. So you've learned to identify those shades. I got you.
I just learned to deal with people work with me, know what colors they are, and they learn what to call them in my eyes.
I got you.
So it's
Nice.
a learning curve when I get new people I work with. But if I undo it myself, it's fine, but I know what it is.
Awesome. Well, HdTech, thanks for sharing your life with us tonight, brother. It was good.
Oh, anytime. By the way, real quick,
Yeah, man.
I see a native raider comment here. He wants me to talk about my chickens that me and my wife have. We have like 35 chickens right now. You want me to bring that up? That we have like 3 roosters and 32 hens right now.
We actually had some questions.
More power
for
to you. I've had chickens before. It's a lot of work.
They eat a lot of mosquitoes. At least they do down here in
Not as
Florida.
much as ducks. We have 2 ducks too, and the ducks are way more work than the chickens are. Like we got a little pond for them. I'm constantly, I feel like a septic tank guy taking a shot back out, then a sump pump and cleaning it. Oh, it's bad.
Speaking of which,
Ducks are dirty.
before we go, we did have some questions for you in the Discord. We'll get to those here. First one is from Zombie Pops. Oh, actually,
Love that guy.
let's go with McMaximo first, because that kind of leads into the second one. What was your motivation to start Wednesday night Blueberry Lounge Raid, for which I'm eternally grateful? I didn't know you were behind that.
Yeah, I've been keeping it up every week. Originally, it was, I remember Coach Wee brought up on the BBL podcast, and Coaston started it one week. And then I had a lot of attention. I wanted to do it. So me and him ended up doing the first weeks. And Coaston ended up falling off doing his other games. And I just decided I want to keep it going. I like the community. I liked, so I work every weekend. I work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3/12s. So whenever a normal person wants to raid and do things, I'm working 12 hours a day. So I figure there's people, during the week who want to raid still. And I like to raid more myself. I want to keep the tradition going. Keep the BBL weekly raids on, Wednesday nights just end up being Wednesday. I want to keep the tradition going and keep people still raiding, keeping, Destiny slowing down a little bit. I thought it was great to keep the community still going and keep everyone doing something instead of just trying to keep everything going smoothly.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's like Ronan Red Lion. He does Thursday night, usually dungeon helps. He might have fallen off a little bit because his life's gotten crazy too, but I love when people take charge and do that stuff. So good on you, man.
Yeah,
good on you.
Crazy for doing it. It can be some work keeping it going, and we've done things like that in the past in Guardian Hub or Guardian Downcast, and I just don't have the mental desire to lead that up anymore. But if people are creating raids, I'm in a lot of the time. So I love you, HD, for keeping that going.
Hey, we think you. I think it was 2 weeks ago. You said the day 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago that you came in and saved our 5-man?
Well, if Wednesday is a good night to play either way. So often I'll try to join that raid or I'll do other things with other people, but I'm often a good fill-in too. Yep. I like to come in the last minute. I've done that so many times with raids. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many stories people being in Garden trying to get Divinity and they're in the last encounter for hours and people are dropping off, but then not everyone wants to because someone wants to get Divinity. So they're like, we need someone to fill in, please, please. I'm like, I gotcha.
Call you man, Ghostbuster Kingsleymac.
Yeah. Yeah, RNG is usually quiet because he's looking at the chat. He's talking trash to everybody. He's our moderator in our chat. He usually keeps an eye on things for us.
I'm trying to, but it's hard. I might look at my phone at the same time.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, speaking of which, Zombie Pops chimed in. He says, why doesn't Native Raider and Sweaty Spooks or Coderson show up on raid night anymore?
I don't know, Native Raider. Why is that? Since
he is in chat
right now.
He is in chat.
What? Native can answer himself.
I do declare. It's time for a court case again.
Court case. You're not putting your Destiny time in. You're gonna get fined. That's why RNG's gonna not get fined. But
that was such a great episode.
But I don't know. I know they just been playing other games. That's what their interest has been. So they just, nothing wrong with that. We all like our games we like. I don't want. I am not Coderson or I'm not Spooks.
Native Raider says I left chat. Yeah, better call Laz.
Better call Laz a lawyer.
Better call
you
Laz.
better get Elmer Fudd, Native Raider, coming after you.
Speaking of which, some guy named Native Raider said, when are you hosting the next raid night? Asking for a friend.
Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Oh my God. And then we have one from Miss PP Pipe. What's your favorite game to play that isn't a video game what gives you an adrenaline rush? So I guess it's a two-part question there.
Like you're talking like board game. Well,
Other than a video game, and then she asked you what gives you what's your adrenaline rush item in life?
well, if I'm talking about games right now, obviously I'm tied for a lot of smaller games right now with my kids, but we have one game called, I think it's chicken butt, something like that. You have like a little egg nest little thing. You had a bunch of timer here that makes these little trip noises.
Right.
And these cards you gotta flip and do like run around, crawl across the room on your leg, whatever, and do activities. And whoever it goes off on, you're stuck with the chicken butt thing, you lose. And that's been a lot. My kids and we've had a lot of fun doing that.
I miss
Simple,
those games.
but you know, I'm a family man right now, so that's
I hear you, man.
I keep my kids going. That's,
Dude, those are memories.
It's fun with my littlest one, 3. She don't care what card she picks up. She doing what she wants to. We let her just do what she wants to do. And she's happy. She's good.
Yeah. She'll probably remember those nights too when Dad was playing games with us. I get it. Do you have anything that gives you an adrenaline rush?
I see Pee Pee Piper now. Tee hee hee, cute chicken butt. You're funny.
Yeah.
Josh, I don't know. It's video. I don't do games like video games because I end up falling asleep everywhere else.
I got you. Well, okay. Finally, we have a question from our mod, Mr. Scarlet KM, and he says, "You still awake, buddy, old pal?" What is a memory from the weekly Blueberry Lounge Wednesday night raid that you still laugh at when it pops into your head? That's from Scarlet.
Me, this is from last week, and no, I'm just logging moments, but this one fresh in my head is me and King Tut were. So me and King Tut will try to punch each other off of ledges or sword skate off ledges, and he tried hitting me and missed me, and he sword skated off the edge of the last push cliff and flying off the edge. He's like, "Oh no, I messed up!" And it was so funny. He's just flying down. He's like, "Oh, well, I'm died." And that's I'm like, I'm gonna get here before you do. And I jump on a tree and I fall off. I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna die too." It's like a never-ending low down cycle of like a cartoon show.
Nice.
It's always the best when someone's trying to push you off, and you can just ignore them so they don't get as much enjoyment from it. But every once in a while, then pay attention and then jump above them, or so they're either one's ends falling off.
I've been notorious for in the Plants Encounter. Everyone will be taking a bathroom break or doing the thing on the bridge, and I'll just take everyone out usually. But don't tell Allocate that I admit that I do that.
All right. Well, I'll say it again. HdTech, thanks for sharing your life with us tonight, brother. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
So hold on. I got a question.
Yeah. Oh,
Bale called you out and said you fall asleep on streams. Is that true?
I've seen him. I've seen him in channels like in the morning. I'm like, what's going on there?
Yep, it happens. I put my all into streaming some days, and I end up falling asleep. My issue is okay. If it's going to be different here. I don't realize it. I literally, in my vision, I blink, and then I know 15 minutes later. Like there's no. It's just I'm cool. Blink, gone. 15 minutes. What happened? I'm off a cliff on a wall somewhere.
Yeah, my son. I remember we were taking him through Eater of Worlds. And we got to the final boss, the big Hydra that you had to take down the shields, and he all of a sudden, this when he was younger, he's 21 now, or getting ready to be 21, and we're sitting there and we're explaining, and I look over, you stand on the cliffs to the right before you jump down and take sides, and I look over, and my son character is just slow walking like this, and just walks off the edge, and I'm like, Eli. Yep. Hold on, I'll be right back. I go up there. He's like asleep at his desk. I'm like, we'll get you through the final boss. You go to bed. We'll get somebody else in here.
Oh, it's happened. It's good.
This kid's not a gamer. Come on.
I was doing PvP night.
No, now he can stay up till like 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
it's fine. It
they'll
was just he
outlast
was
us.
young at that time.
Yeah.
So
They'll outlast us.
I've always been a early passer. I know how my friends growing up, I was the first one out. It always happened.
All right. On that note, SpeedRun is next. We'll be right back. I need to do something just real quick here while I'm thinking about it.
For a bathroom break.
Yeah. Go ahead. Good time to stretch.
Are you taking off?
No, that's good time
I
to
used to
stretch.
always how can people fall asleep during a raid? I just don't get it. There's so much interaction, but I get it if people are taking a break. Someone has to go to the bathroom, and then we're waiting for people to come back.
Yeah.
And then I really understood it once. Look at the picture in the chat for us. Yeah. One time I was slightly inebriated. I won't say with what. And someone was explaining encounters. I'm like, oh, I get it. I'm almost falling asleep myself.
It happens.
It's just me. Like I get so tired and I don't realize, and it's just for me. It's like I blink, boop, and I'm just out. Let's don't.
Like a form
No
of
more.
narcolepsy or something, or not
I guess.
really?
I guess so.
could be.
I mean, no medical signs, no medical proving. Just
No,
is
yeah.
what it is.
You know, that Adderall treats that as well. Narcolepsy.
Well, I'm probably
Hey,
ADHD,
just,
so I'm
you're
sure.
tired. You're tired. If it happens, I fell asleep playing by myself, nobody
Yeah.
in a Discord or anything, and just I've had it happen.
Very
I
true.
have had
So it's
by
like,
myself. Yeah.
So like, I'm just getting up. I'm going to bed.
No way.
That's my body's way of going. It's time to wrap it up.
Well, if you go into Space Mafia Discord, there's an emote there that Bell's made of me, of it. I have my own sleeping emote.
Oh, that
in Space
picture I
Mafia
sent?
Discord.
Really?
Yeah. No, I don't know. You sent. No, it's you sent it. I don't know. If you go to
Yeah, the one I
Discord,
shared in our chat.
Well, if you look at our
One of
private
them,
chat, he put a picture.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, Bell sent me that picture.
Oh, yes, that one then. Yep.
I have run into walls. I gotta admit, when my eyes are dipping a little, when I'm just farming something, probably materials and glimmer, I'll wake up and I'll be like running into a wall like this.
Oh yeah, if I'm doing, that's why I hate the solo stuff in Destiny because it's so boring. Like if I'm doing it by myself, I'll be falling asleep.
Yeah. I usually have a YouTube video or something on the other screen going, but yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Okay, let's get into that. You need to stretch, use a bathroom. Okay.
I'm about to dodge it good.
Get my timer set up here. For the rest of the year, I'm going to use my timer, but these gentlemen might help me in future. In 2025, well.
Oh, don't worry, I'm keeping a count when they do it.
Good. It's nice to have backup. No, that's good. Hazel used to do that.
Make sure he don't rig it.
Yeah. No, I'll be fair. I will read it as fast as you answer. I will read it. So let me get to that part here. All right.
I'm a pretty fast talker, so we'll see.
Okay. Oh, I know. Hold on, I gotta switch notes. I got different pages for
coming
notes.
from the man who calls it says This Week in Destiny, and then calls it a TWAB.
It is a TWAB until Marathon comes out.
Yeah, but you said This Week in Destiny.
Oh, that's damn it.
That the older you get, the more your mind twists. It happens. It's okay.
I'll let it down.
I met this man in real life. I promise you, his mind it's not there.
It's not there. All right. Let's get set up for this. I think I'm ready to go. I got my list. Yep. I think I'm ready to go here. I'll have a little intro to do, and then we'll get into it. I'll count you down. I won't just go, but I got my 2 minute time.
Rush, go.
Remember, man, as fast as you answer, I'll go on to the next question. Okay. All right, here we go. 3, 2. All right, this segment is called the SpeedRun. This is where we have a database of over 800 possible questions for our guest. And HdTech here is going to have 2 minutes to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers. And at the end of the year, the guest with the most answer will win a prize and title of 2024 SpeedRun champion. Do you guys believe 2024 is almost over? Dang. What is going on? The questions are custom curated by me, so no one can memorize the order, and just quickly answer what comes to mind. Tonight, I'm going to read out the questions from my list, and my iPhone here will be my timer. Deadpool 1 Merc and Sweaty Spooks are co-leaders with 50 questions answered. I have a feeling that's why Deadpool's in the chat. He's going to keep an eye on it. So what do you think? You ready to do this, HD?
Let's rock and roll.
I will start the timer when you answer your first question. So here we go. Counting it down. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Titan.
Favorite Destiny 2 weapon?
Work of Coral.
Void, Solar, Arc, Stasis, or Strand?
Stasis.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
North Carolina.
Running shoes or flip-flops?
Running shoes.
Controller, mouse, and keyboard?
Mouse, keyboard.
Sidearm, shotgun, fusion rifle, or sidearm?
Fusion rifle.
Strikes, Crucible, or Gambit?
Gambit.
Are you an AMC Stubbs member?
Nope.
Quest or RNG?
RNG.
If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
Adam Sandler.
TWAB or TWID?
TWID.
Human, Awoken, or Exo?
Exo.
Who's the bigger badass, Shax or Saladin?
Shax, definitely.
Is Scum Death your uncle?
Nope.
What's your favorite Destiny planet?
Europa.
Is chili soup?
Yes.
Bumblebee, Beetle, or Camaro?
Camaro.
What's your favorite armor or weapon mod?
Surges all day. Stays a surgeon.
What's the best sandwich?
Peanut butter jelly.
What armor slot do you use as an exotic?
Class item.
High ground, lone wolf, or head seeker?
Head seeker.
Ikora, Cater, Zavala.
Zavala.
TV or monitor?
Monitor.
What number am I thinking of?
40.
13. Favorite pizza topping?
Pepperoni.
Describe yourself in one word.
Energetic.
Destiny 2 seasonal events, yes or no?
Yes.
What's one thing you own that needs to be thrown out?
Old trash.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Chili's.
Best Doritos flavor?
Nachos.
Do you have
one bed.
Do you have a tattoo?
Mini.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Favorite drink?
Mountain Dew.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Solo or fire team?
Fire team.
Gas, electric, or diesel?
Diesel. all
Can you
day.
drive a stick shift?
Yes.
Xbox, PC, or PlayStation?
PC.
Do aliens exist?
Yes.
Favorite music genre?
Hard metal.
Star Trek or Wars?
Star Wars.
Smooth or chunky peanut butter?
Smooth.
Water balloon fight or food fight?
Food fight.
Lefty or righty?
Variety.
Destiny 1 or Destiny 2?
Destiny 2.
Red vines or Twizzlers?
Twizzlers.
I'll give you one more. Because I did stumble on one there. I'll give you one more. Destiny 1 or Destiny 2? I'm sorry. I already,
Destiny
nope,
2.
nope,
Yes, you
that
said
wasn't
it
it.
already.
That wasn't it. Fashion or function?
Function all day.
Okay. Double check, but I've got 48 answered.
You didn't say sidearm twice. You probably could have gotten one more.
I knew you. You were shaking your head. I was trying to drill it that you need to pick sidearm. But okay, I would have given you an extra question if you'd answer sidearm. That was a hint.
Oh, man.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. These guys won't let me do that. All right. 48. That's damn close, man. That's like the 2-yard line, right?
Yeah,
Very
almost
nice.
there. Almost there.
Well, good deal, man. That was fun.
Sorry, I had the same number. I was muted because I didn't want to cough during the.
No. That's cool. I appreciate you.
I realized my mic was muted as I answered you.
I was like, okay, I guess it is 48. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, man. That was fun. Listen, all you listeners out there, listeners. Hey, do you have a great speedrun question for our speedrun segment? If that's a yes, join our Discord and enter them in our speedrun question ideas channel, and we'll add them to next year's speedrun. Just remember, they need to be yes or no, 1 or 2 word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. And don't forget what's your favorite. That's the one open-ended question I love. At the end of the year, we're going to have 2 drawings for a $25 gift card of your choice. Thank you to our Patreon community. And you can enter up to 5 questions to go into the drawing. So let's hear what you guys got. We got probably a month and a half left, give or take. So let's see what you got and let's get them in. I say this every week, but if you love what you're watching, love what you're listening to, give us a rate or review us on your podcast app of choice. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and follow for future shows that we have coming out. I do appreciate that. All right. We're catching up with our week right after this. All right. Good deal, man. Not bad. I thought you were going to be close there for a minute. I never look down at the timer. I just wait for it to tell me when it's time. But good deal, man. It was well done.
Thanks.
You know, one thing I notice, people who do it on the live show, there's hardly any delay. Do you notice that, Kingsley? There's hardly any delay. Whereas if we did it like in the Discord, sometimes there was a big delay. Sometimes a full second. Anyway.
I don't know if I've noticed that, but sure.
That's all.
That's it. Sure, go with it. Yeah.
Just let Todd go with it.
Just say yes.
Sure, yes.
Just say yes and move on.
Just say yes to the old man, right?
The old man needs a Werther's.
Yeah.
Let him have it.
Good point.
Yeah.
See,
and there he goes.
He's got to go find change. He's also got to go find change. He's got to go find change. Drag carpet.
Or this for the after show. There you go, man. There you go. Deadpool, you're still alive, brother. You're still alive, man. Yeah, you're still there. You and Sweaty Spooks. I have a feeling we're going to have a playoff at the end of the year. We'll have to see how that turns out. All right. We're going to get into our catch-up week here. And who wants to start out? Do you want to start out, Kingsley? Or?
Yeah, unless you want the guest to.
Yeah, let's.
Let the guest go first.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever you think.
We'll go with the guest. Good call. Good call. All right, here we go.
Whoa.
You ready?
What are we doing?
We're going to catch up, talk about our week, what we've been doing.
Okay.
Even if it's not a whole lot, you can just tell us what you've been doing. It could be watching shows, what you've been doing in real life, what you've been up to, even work if you want to mention it. So, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I mean.
All right. So before we get into the TWAB and topic of the week tonight, let's catch up and see what we've all been doing this week. HdTech, since you're our guest, I'll start with you, man. What have you been up to this week?
This week's been pretty vanilla. Mostly it's just been, getting care of school, taking care of house stuff. My highlight of the week was actually this morning. As we know, it's Veterans Day coming up this week, and my kids' school does a Veterans Day breakfast thing where you go to school and your kids come have breakfast with you, and then you walk around school, and you get paraded off like a little pony show, whatever you want to call it. But that's the highlight of my week, is going to my kids' school and interacting with them for having all. Actually, my littlest one came with me too, so I had all 4 kids, doing the breakfast there, and we did the school thing, and people were handing out, all the classes made little cards, and so that was really the highlight of my week. Other than that, it's just been appointments, school, showers, dinner, bed. It's
4 kids,
really
man.
great. I'm not watching a show. I'm not watching a lot of shows right now. I'm actually speaking of shows, I started Reacher, and that's got its claws in me deep right now.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Reacher. Yeah, good deal. Yep, Kingsley's got his tequila going
For the chat.
Man, he's got some fancy tequila too, man.
Listen, if I had tequila, then my arm would be broken right now, probably.
Yeah, I have to drive.
Fancy,
I have to drive
yeah,
the bus.
it's medium nice.
Yeah. No more drunk raids for me, Native. Sorry, buddy. Kingsley, what have you been?
Set up.
What have you been doing this week, Kingsley?
What I've been up to?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I been watching a little more Agatha all along. I'm way behind. I know it kind of finished up, right? Aren't you?
Yes, it's over. It's over. Yeah.
Have you finished
this season?
I'm
I
only
finished it. Yeah.
4 or 5 in, but I'm excited to watch the rest of it.
There's 9 episodes.
I mean, there's times where like the humor gets a little annoying, especially like the younger kid and stuff. And I get they're going for like a younger and an older audience at the same time. But overall, I love the show and just the darkness to it, the fun things that happen, and of course, I love. What's her name?
Kingsley's having a Gator moment.
I know, right? I'm getting old like Gator because I'm on the show.
I'm glad I'm not that
Are you
one.
talking about Agatha's friend that came for her?
Yeah. What's her name? IRL.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know you're talking about the actress, but I can't remember her
chat.
name.
Come on.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's why one reason why I was interested in seeing that. I also saw the show recently. I think you saw it, Gator. The movie just came on to Amazon Prime, but My Old Ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a great. That's a funny movie.
So that one, I saw that last night. Yeah, Aubrey Plaza. Thanks. Gosh, it's one of my favorite actresses, and I totally forgot the name. Maybe I should stop drinking some here, but
it's all right. You're gonna fit right in here, Kingsley.
That movie was even more like a Gen Z. I totally get it. It's fine. Now I do like the little twist at the end, and I wish there was more Aubrey Plaza in it. There's a lot where she's just on the phone instead of actually on camera. But anyways, I'm really excited to see another movie. I don't know if you're going to talk about it, Gator. It came out this weekend. You'll probably talk about it next week. But HdTech. Because
it's on my list for next week.
Yeah, it's about 2 Mormon missionary girls that get kidnapped, and I used to be in that religion, so it'll be really interesting to give my opinion on it. So,
you did see it? You've already seen it?
No, I
good.
Last night,
talk about
but there's like it's big news around here. There's some groups that are going on Sunday. I don't know. The wife and I might just see it at another time, but I hear really good reviews on the movie.
Yeah.
No matter what, like it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about Destiny. Ran the dungeon again this week and ran it with Gator. And I don't know if you want to get. I want to hear your experiences, what you think of it. But I wanted to give a very quick review because I've been excited to finally talk about the dungeon.
Definitely, man.
It's a great dungeon. I think I don't know if I would rate it like the top, but I'd have to go through all the dungeons in my mind again. It's definitely, I would say, like top 3 as far as like, it doesn't feel too oppressive. It's fun. There's enough movement. You can just kind of do your thing. And everyone, when you have 3 people, again, you don't have to have everyone involved, but you should. You're stupid not to, because obviously dungeons can be soloed and 1 or 2 people can do all the positions, but it's going to take longer. So you kind of get everyone involved in all things. I love the aesthetic of it. You go in and you learn the roles, the operator, the scanner, the suppressor, and they're slightly different in this dungeon compared to the Deep Stone Crypt Raid or the other exotic mission, but they're similar enough that generally people can pick them up if you've done that before. I really like the middle boss, the servitor, that splits into a lot of other servers. I always smile when that comes up. You know, you're doing final damage on that.
Yeah.
And I love the boss encounter at the very end too, because there's enough movement where you can't really just bunker down in one area. People were trying wells for a while. I'm like, I don't know, guys, because Bungie's going to be pretty silly if they don't allow that lightning fire damage to kill people through a well. And sure enough, people were dying. So like, well, still okay to give you some buff here and there, but don't use it as a opportunity to stay alive. But like, you just kind of like need to know when to jump, when to bunker behind something, because you're getting sniped by the boss. Where the boss is moving, there's a lot of just fun movement in that last encounter. So
yeah.
I'd rate the dungeon at least an 8 out of 10. I keep having fun with it. I love, of course, running people through it. I've got an icebreaker. I don't have the god roll for the grenade launcher yet, but you know me, even if I do, I still enjoy running things, especially helping new people through. So I say it's a fun dungeon.
Yeah,
Todd?
Yeah, I'll jump in here. I did play the scanner roll because I learned my lesson from when Kingsley was trying to teach me the Deepstone Crypt raid a long time ago. I was like, no, you guys do it. I don't want to hold anybody up. I'll just kill ads in the dark room. No sweat. You guys got this. Well, fast forward 2 years or a year and a half when people want to run it with me and I have no clue what to do. And I kept kicking myself for not knowing. So right away, you can ask Kingsley. I said, give me the roll. I want to learn to do the scanner part. And then next time I'll do where I have to read stuff, or I think Soccer took the, what's it called? The red roll. Can't remember what the red roll is, but Soccer was, he was doing the operator where he was shooting the pads as I was identifying them. And you were doing the blue roll, which is the
suppressor.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep. Where you in this dungeon,
I did it a few times.
It's fun. It's so unique where you hold grenade and you make a clone of yourself, and the purpose is, and then you back up a little bit, or you or anyone can shoot your clone and it explodes. It kind of stuns something or takes a shield off of something. It's a lot of fun.
Kingsley, God bless him, he was trying to teach me how to do stuff, and I said, hey, I want to do the suppressor thing where I go and hit the grenade button in front of the big servitor boss and make a copy of myself and then run away. I used the melee button. I was sitting there throwing melees at him. I was like, what? It isn't working, guys. It isn't. God damn. Just a little slip there, but yeah.
So you got to try it still.
It was fun.
I think it's good too. You learned all the positions. So.
I did. There were some points where I said, all right, Kingsley, I want to carry the bomb all the way back. And that was a mistake. I think we had to redo that room like 5 times. Poor Soccer was like, man, I just want to go to bed. And I would drop it because it was getting, I was getting irradiated, and it would fall through the cracks in the bridge and fall. And we'd have to just go start over again.
Anyone knows the dungeon, it's the hardest part coming back. I mean, hardest.
Yeah,
if you don't
the far room. Yeah. The farthest you had to travel. And of course,
jump over
you're slowed. And, as a warlock, I like being able to just sail in the air and land where I need to. But because I was carrying the bomb, I was restricted movement and I was jumping and over jumping. And, but dude, I got to admit, for those of you who haven't tried this dungeon yet, I keep calling it a raid. When you were explaining the mechanics to me, I don't know, chime in here. I pretty much grabbed them pretty quick. I mean, maybe it's because I've run every raid and dungeon in this game at least once, but I really didn't think it was that too difficult. They throw a lot of ads.
I think it probably helps that you've run the exotic mission a lot, and then of course the raid back in the day. I know you haven't done that as much lately, but I know you've done it a lot in the past. But I think you're right that even if someone hasn't done any of that, the hardest thing is just knowing where to find things, where they pop out, the timing, but the actual mechanic of what to do is easy.
Yeah, the mechanics are really easy to follow. It's just they throw a lot of ads at you and everything's shooting you. Everything hurts. But I had Soccer and Kingsley with me, so I mean they were obliterating anything that was trying to get me. And another thing too is the last encounter was really fun because Bungie does not want you to sit in place and do DPS. So they're throwing these mortar strikes down everywhere. And if you sit in a spot too long, the mortar starts to head down. It starts to heat up below you.
The lightning.
Yeah. The lightning. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it felt like a mortar shot when I died once from it. But I really had fun. It's literally just float around, do DPS, float around. I mean, you're always having to move in that lasting boss encounter. But I really liked the boss servitor. I thought that was fun too. So
oh yeah.
I did get 3 chill inhibitors. I did not get the role you guys are thinking. I got the new area denial frame grenade launcher, the energy, which I'm looking forward to using that. It's a very strange design for a grenade launcher. I really like the look of it. I was like, what is this thing? It looks like a t-shirt cannon, you know? It didn't look anything like a GL, but really looking forward to using that. Let's see, I got, what roles did I get here? I got dim here. I can pull up. I got the chill inhibitor. I dismantled one of them because it wasn't any good rolls now that the weight gate has been fixed, but I got one with chain reaction demolitionist. We'll see. But my second one, I got chill clip and rhyme stealer, which gives you frost armor. So that might work good with the way the seasonal artifact is, that might really work with some of the stasis fragments or the stasis perks that they have in the game for this season, this episode. So I had a great time. Thanks to Kingsleymac and Sakaroji. I don't know if he's still in the chat or not. But thank you, gentlemen. That was a lot of fun. I don't like to run dungeons anymore with a bunch of people who haven't done it before, because I'm not the one that can teach. I'm the one that has to learn. And then once I learn it, I can be a good lieutenant, but I'm not the best Sherpa. I just don't get enough reps in to be able to Sherpa. I used to Sherpa a long time ago, but I just don't get the reps in anymore that I used to. So, but I was just wanted to chime in on the dungeon, but anything else, Kingsley?
Nothing else for me.
Nope. RNG, how about you, man?
Yep. So as you heard talking with Kingsley, I finished up the first season of Agatha all along. I feel like I don't know. I haven't Googled to see if there's a chance of a second season, but the way they ended it when you get to the 9th episode, Kingsley, in my mind, they could go with another one. I'm also got caught up on the Penguin. The last episode of it comes out this Sunday.
No spoilers.
The first season. No, I'm not gonna spoil it. It's really good. These last couple episodes, they really ramped it up. I don't know how far you are. How far?
I'm on I'm on the fifth episode.
Yeah,
well, I'll tell you why in a minute. I'll tell you why we haven't watched a lot of Penguin.
The last 2 episodes, they've really ramped up like what's going on, who's stuff happening to people and everything. You know, building up for the last episode of the season. And I finally got to watch because on Peacock, it's been there. I just never had time to sit down. Through the last couple of days, I've been watching the movie The Fall Guy.
Oh yeah,
I think it's called. That was such a good movie. I was pleasantly surprised with that movie. You know, I finished watching it today.
I was a little harsh when I first saw it, but I think it's a good movie.
I watched the extended cut to this on Peacock, so I don't know what was different from the original, but I enjoyed it. I like their take on him being the stunt man, and then the twist to it and everything. Yeah. So, but other than that, life, work.
I hear you, man. So. I hear you. For me, it is anytime I have to game at night, which is typically when I do, I always play my comp. It's really funny. I jumped in to play comp with Warcry this last Monday night, and we couldn't find a match. That scared me a little bit. We couldn't find a match. So nobody's playing comp? Really? I mean, I know it's a shotgun. Shotguns suck, but at least just to get the comp reps in, to get even if it's a shotgun, you never know, you could get a good roll of it. But other than that, anytime I'm loving the haunted lost sectors. I know it's boring, it's repetitive, but that's what I like doing. I
like doing boring stuff. I heard.
No, I like farming. I like farming stuff because the thing about farming is I can run these lost sectors solo. I don't need to go in with anybody. Even on expert, I think I could do it. I don't think it'd be too difficult, but I will just have a YouTube video over here on this monitor or a TV show or something, YouTube TV, have something going where I'm watching a show or kind of, it's just a brain dead activity where I can just run in there and just farm stuff. And for me, I have been trying to get the new revised auto rifle, the 450 precision frame, the Braytech Werewolf. That thing is brutal in the Crucible right now. I'm getting killed by it left and right. and it has some really, really good rolls. My goal is to get the Lone Wolf tap the trigger roll for PvP. But I'm telling you, this rifle is so stacked. You can use, there's probably 5 or 6 different combinations of perks you can get with this rifle. And the thing is, this rifle goes away in a week and a half. So you got to jump in and do those lost sectors, get those spooky Ingrams. I've been focusing those. The problem is focusing the spooky Ingrams is it takes like 1,000 or 1,500 candy, and candy isn't falling out of trees like it used to. The candy that's been the juggernaut for me. Is I'm picking up candy all the time, but it's still, I think the price to use it is so expensive. I don't know if that's different from last year. I don't remember having problems with candy in the subsequent or the previous Festival of the Lost, but maybe it's just I'm just not playing as often as I did back then. Let's see.
Or maybe they're just purposely, nerfed it, or
could be. Could you just making stuff more expensive? I mean, I've got like 4, 5 spooky Ingrams just sitting in my inventory. I don't have the candy to focus the weapons. I've got the Ingrams. They're falling like every 2 or 3 lost sectors, but the problem is I'm not getting enough candy to offset it. So it's taking some time. I actually love Black Ops 6 Zombies. I've been continue to farm those weapons. What I'm doing is I'm trying to get my favorite weapons. I'm trying to get all the I don't care about the camo so much, but all the attachments unlocked on it, so I can jump into PvP, the multiplayer, and at least have some good rolled weapons that I can have half a chance against these younger farts out there. But
don't worry, you can do that and still compete. I promise. I've been playing the multiplayer also. I love it.
Yeah, and the time to kill is not crazy fast like it used to be. So it takes some shots. You got to be accurate, which is what I'm hoping for. But I'm just so used to Crucible having that all the time radar where no one can really camp on you. So the camping just gets me.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you listened to Potato Thumbs podcast from this past week with Bale and all them. They were talking about, and Bale brought up a thing I didn't know about, if it's true or not, but the TTK, skill-based TTK. Have you played any of the multiplayer?
I played the beta, and I love the omnidirectional movement.
Okay. But yeah, that's fine. What he's talking about, and I've noticed it. I've had some games in like Core where I am dead shot on the person's head, like 2 or 3 hit markers. They turn around and just kill me.
Really?
And it's like, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then you watch the replay and you see their screen going like blood red, and they turn around and kill you in an instant. I don't know. After I heard Bell say it, I've kind of been watching it. I don't get it. I'm not
TTK.
TTK. Yeah.
Based on skill.
So they adjust your damage based on how good they think you're.
Really?
They adjust your damage based on your prior statistics to try to level everyone else. If you're really, really good, it's like how this has team-based matchmaking for the overall teams.
Right.
They're doing individually, but damage on your shots, and that's true. I love the game when it first came out.
Yeah.
But I've experienced it, and that's kind of turned me off a little bit. I feel like we should all be on the same playing field.
That's weird. I don't like that.
I don't
even
like that
being
either.
Not playing PvP, that sounds stupid to me. I like skill-based matchmaking in general, but you gotta have. Yeah. That's okay to have killers on your team and they do their job, and then defenders or whatever, but don't average out the damage.
That's not. That does not sound good.
Like I said, ever since I heard Bell say that on Potato Thumbs, I've kind of paid attention. I'm like, wow, how is that? I was like, so is that guy I'm shooting? My bullets aren't doing as much damage as his because he's maybe a worse player than me, Tech? Is that what you're saying?
I don't remember which way it goes. I'm not huge in Call of Duty per se, but I just know what I've seen through videos in the grapevine, and I don't remember which way they're adjusting. If it's better gets more damage, or if it's better gets lower damage. But I've experienced they try to equal out individual players instead of the whole team is what it comes down to.
Gotcha.
That's the point.
And I don't know if it resets each match or if it's like your whole career. I don't know. I don't think no one really knows how they calculate or go out deep into it. But it's weird, man. I don't know.
Yeah, Jimmy Rayner, we got one more week by the time this podcast comes out on Monday. We have we still got one more week of Festival of the Lost. We got till the 19th. I think that's when all the changes are coming. And I think, no, Iron Banners is still not coming out till after that. So, oh well. I'm not going to get myself all
26, I think, right?
Yeah, it's the following week.
The week of Thanksgiving, yeah.
Whatever.
The week everyone has vacations and family planned. Yeah, it's a great week to do it.
Yeah. I hope I have time to get the new weapons.
I wouldn't be playing anyway, so I'm good.
Well, we know where you stand.
And of course, my go-to game at night, if I have time and there's no shows to watch, I play Balatro. And my God, man, Admiral Nips is a beast. He shows me some of his high scores. I'm like, well, I'm just trying to unlock decks, the colored decks, not dicks, decks. And it's
P-Picks?
That's a fun game, man.
Gator likes colored decks. Everybody, you heard that right.
And deck picks.
And deck picks,
and it is clip it. It's clip.
God damn it. Anyway,
It's a deck pick. There's nothing wrong with a deck pick.
So I'm, like I said, I had told everyone I was going to play more games. I'm trying to divide my time up between 3 games, and right now, Festival of the Lost, Haunted Sectors. I've only got two and a half more objectives to get done to get my super black shader, which I'm not going to miss this time around. So I got to run a Haunted Lost Sector in expert mode. I've got to collect more candy. And then I've got to run a bunch more activities, ritual activities with my mask on. I've got my Crucible one done. I guess there's a general one for all 3 activities, and it takes forever. So that's what I got left to do to get my super black shader and my book done, whatever you want to call it. So entertainment wise, I've been watching Franchise on HBO Max. I love that show. It's really funny. Talks about what goes on behind the scenes on a sci-fi movie that they're trying to make. But the reason I haven't been watching Penguin RNG is my wife and I are loving The Diplomat on Netflix. Season 2 just started, and we've already watched 2 episodes going in.
Here? I didn't ask you what else you were watching. I asked you why you wasn't watching The Penguin.
Oh, we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. But it is like the same level as The Crown. It is really good storytelling.
One of your AMC movies for the week and catch up. Okay?
That's the thing. No
Done it
movies.
this week.
No movies this week. There was really it happens.
I don't want to hear any excuses next week.
It happens every so often where there's no movies to watch. It just happens. Sometimes some weeks. Yeah. And there's movies to watch, but it's not movies we want to watch. Usually like a horror movie or something, and we're like, I will see Heretic because it looks really good.
I want to see that too.
It looks really good.
I want to see that.
Let's see. I just love the acting. The storytelling's great. I got a haircut this week. It's nice and high and tight. All right,
everyone send them deck
feels
picks.
Good. No more deck picks.
Colored deck picks.
I'm getting my PS5 Pro on Monday, hopefully.
What happened to that? I thought you were getting yesterday or today.
Nope, not till next week. So I think they said at least Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, believe me, I'll have my porch cam on in case RNG tries to snag it. But yeah, I'm looking forward.
I'm not driving that long to get a PS5 Pro.
Once I do hook it up though, which will be probably that night, I'll let you guys know if I see any difference in I'll pop in some of the games and see what's going on. I know
they have to be reprogrammed, right? I don't think there's any differences unless they are, right?
The thing I love about the PS5 Pro is they have dedicated video memory now. So you don't have, it comes with a 1 terabyte drive in the PS5 original, but you really only get 800 because 200 gigs is dedicated to memory, is to video memory. So, and operational. But the thing I love about the PS5 Pro, and this is what I've been hearing, because there's been some reviews already about it, is you have almost a full 2 terabyte to use on games and storage. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll have to see. And I want to see
Destiny will reprogram to take advantage of the PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
I'm with Kings. I'm with Kings on that one. I think if the game's not meant for, I don't think it knows the difference. Like when Xbox Series X came out and S's, you didn't know the difference between the Xbox 360 games. Right. Besides load times were faster, but quality was the exact same.
Really?
Until you get the tools out there to actually enable the extra features that the newer cards have.
I think there's
I don't get why we're pushing for newer gen consoles right now, because we're not even fully tapping the old ones yet.
Well, I don't. I've heard rumors that PS5 is going to be around a lot longer than you think. So yeah, of course it's money.
They want to make money. That's why.
Exactly.
Okay, let's think about it. PS5s were so scarce because they released them during the pandemic, and everybody wanted one. I had to have a friend try to get that. He was online like all the time trying to get that thing. So, yeah, That's really good. Yeah. So, I'm usually watching my grandson on Mondays, so I'll be keeping an eye on the front porch, see when my Christmas early comes. Other than that, that's all I've been doing this week. So I guess it's time to, I mean, oh, wait a minute. No, I did want to mention that I have some movies I do have watching, have coming up. Heretic, we mentioned. Small Things Like These. That's Cillian Murphy. It's something to do with the Catholic Church. It looked pretty intense. My wife wants to see that, so we're probably going to go see that as well. A Real Pain came out with Kieran Culkin and Jesse Eisenberg. I haven't seen that yet. I might, if we have time, I might see that one. It's already been released.
No, I'm just saying Eisenberg directed.
Yeah, he wrote it too. Yeah, I think he wrote it too. Yeah. And the one I'm looking forward to is Gladiator 2 on November 22nd. That'll be out, that's going to be out on Thanksgiving week. Mm-hmm.
I think I'm really excited for that too. I keep forgetting.
So they're bringing Gladiator 2 out the same weekend as Wicked.
Wicked. I'll be seeing Wicked too. And I hate musicals.
Dude, I've seen Wicked live. I've seen it live.
It just looks really good. It just looks good.
But I don't have a problem with musicals like you do. So.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I watched
You Uncultured Swine.
Yeah.
I watched that show when I was a kid, when it first came out, and I used to watch it every year. So, yeah, I definitely want to at least experience it.
Well, and it's also go into it. It's going to be split from what my daughter's told me. It's split into 2 parts. This isn't the whole show.
Oh,
it's one part. It's part 1.
Dang
That's
it.
what my daughter. That's what my daughter and wife have told me.
I did not know
It's in
that.
2 parts. It would make sense for it to be 2 parts. It really
would.
It's a long. Yeah.
It would, but do we know when the next one's coming out? I guess that's the question.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Probably a year later, I would assume. I'm assuming they've probably already videoed it, filmed it.
Well, the holiday comedy is going to be Red One. That's with The Rock Johnson, Chris Evans, J.K. Simmons as Santa. I mean, I'm going to definitely see that. Dune Prophecy comes out on HBO this month. Keep an eye out for that. And disclaimer, I haven't watched yet, but it's been on Apple TV Plus, and it's something my wife and I are going to catch up on too. So, well, I'll see how that turns out. So, okay. That means it's time.
Real quick. Can anyone call out for entertainment purposes?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
2025, Stranger Things 5 is releasing. I saw a picture come out.
Yeah.
It's going to come out. I don't know when 2025.
The
but it's
final.
gonna come out 2025. Yeah, the final one.
About
Yeah.
time.
I'm so excited for that. So we just rewatched Stranger Things not long ago. All 4 seasons. Just catch back up on it.
I thought last season was the final, to be honest, but okay. I'm cool.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, well, I liked it. It's good. It's, when you've seen, was it 4 seasons of it now? You're like, you got to wonder what else is going to go on, what else is going to happen in the show. So, and the kids aren't kids. They're not kids anymore. They're adults now. So
you got to think they haven't beat the evil that.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Yeah.
It's the Harry Potter problem. When Harry Potter, they started getting older.
What's the Harry Potter problem?
It's where it's where the characters got so old. They weren't in school anymore. They were adults. Yeah.
So it's funny you said that. I saw like
books
a month
actually
ago.
made it that way anyways. So it worked out.
Right.
Hold on. So you're going to sit here and talk about people who play younger. Dude, half of these shows like The Outer Banks are 30-year-olds playing 19-year-olds.
Okay. I haven't seen
Come on, man.
I haven't seen Outer Banks.
I
haven't watched it either. My wife and them do.
Okay.
I know. I've looked up the actors. I'm just saying. And actresses. I mean, yeah, I don't. Yeah. It works. I mean, people get older. I mean, there was 7 Harry Potter books. They're going to get older.
Well, I mean, in the movie here, Tom Hanks was altered via AI. Live on camera, by the way. They can actually see the replay back as their younger self. I know Bellamy was talking on one of the Tonight shows, and he says it was depressing looking at his younger self in real time in the camera, because then he looked at he couldn't even recognize his normal self, his normal age. And I think he's like 40 something, or he's almost 50 maybe. I don't know, but
who? Tom Hanks?
No,
or not Tom Hanks. Tom Cruise?
Bellamy.
Oh, Bellamy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think he's around 50, pretty close. He might be over 50. He never would give away his age on the
closer to your age.
No. Okay. That means it's time for this week in Destiny. The TWAB.
Good.
All right. See you later, PP Pipe. Thanks for stopping by. All right, 12's gonna be quick, guys. It's gonna be quick.
So, question: if y'all talk about Destiny Rising, an article just came out.
Oh yeah.
That got tweeted that I really want to tell y'all what happened.
Well, let's add it. We'll add it. We'll add it.
Yeah, it has to do with Marvel's Rivals and Destiny.
I meant to ask you, HD.
Right.
Let me just add that real quick. Sorry, chat. We're gonna add it real quick. I'll post it and I'll put it in post. The one thing I did play this week, just briefly, is the new Destiny Rising. I was invited to the closed alpha, and I tried to play the virtual controller, and I was lost. I had my big thumbs, and I'm using an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I ended up hooking up my PS4 controller Bluetooth to it and played it last night. And it's Destiny. I mean, it felt like Destiny. Yes, the controls were laggy as hell. They weren't as responsive, but I played the original, the first story as you walk in where they introduce you. The tower area is enormous. And I'm like, man, why couldn't Bungie do this with the real tower, But I don't know if I'll be playing a bunch of it because I see where they're going to get you with the gotcha stuff. And I don't know, maybe if I have time, but I'm juggling 3 games right now, and Destiny 2 is one of them. So, but I wanted to ask you, HD, because you were also in that closed alpha. What did you think of Destiny Rising, man? And then I think RNG, I think you had something you wanted to talk about after that. So about it.
No, I thought it was awesome. It's definitely you get the nostalgia of Destiny, you play it like you said. I agree. It's you hop in if you've played Destiny for any amount of years of time, you hop into and you do feel like you're home. Like it. Yeah. You don't feel like you're in another place. I personally feel the controls are great. Like me and you talked about, I used to play Call of Duty Mobile before it had control support, so I'm used to FPS on a finger control. I thought for the hand controls, I mean, obviously they weren't the best, obviously, because you can fat finger your skill or something else. Did you know, GATR, I don't know if you noticed not, but you can actually change your layout of the virtual controller. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did. I actually played through the settings, and there's a ton of settings on this game, by the way. You can really tweak it the way you want. I was messing with the controller. You can even have your phone vibrate and all kinds of different settings, but I did. I tried to run it on the highest level because I've got the Pro Max, and it said if you do this, it may melt your phone. I'm like, okay, we won't do that. We'll just play. We'll just play ultra on standard definition. Okay, no problem. But that's in a nutshell where I ended it. It was kind of cool seeing Radagast and the younger version of the Drifter. It was really cool. So, but what else? I interrupted you. Sorry.
That's fine. I thought the controls are great. I played touch, so I played 3 different ways. I streamed it, so I had my and me and you Kings were talking about this week before it came out about how to do this. I ended up getting a 3-point. By the way, there's 20 million Type C connectors and or cables, not including Thunderbolt protocol. So it's they physically look the same. Besides, one's longer than the other one. It's really insanely crazy. But I'm getting my computer has a Type C Gen 2 X2 port, so I got a cable and masked it. I plugged in my iPhone. I had a program that screen mirrored my iPhone, so I had my phone screen mirrored my PC. I had a Bluetooth controller on it. I noticed a little lag, obviously, just due to the cable and the software image, but I still play just fine on a PC. You can watch my VODs of my Twitch on. It wasn't horrible. It definitely was playable. I played, and I went to work next weekend. I played with a controller and the phone's on a table. I felt, at least I had a Xbox Series Elite 2 controller. I don't know if it's any different than a PS4 controller for Bluetooth purposes. I had no delay with my Xbox controller, and the touches were okay. Obviously, I did better with the controller because it's easier to move and do things. But it wasn't bad. It's not going to replace Destiny. It's not going to be a full-time gamer gig. But someone like, for example, me, who's gone a lot and busy a lot, is a great niche and just a fill-in when you want that itch to crave, when you can't get on the PC, or you have to be living with the kids, or you're out somewhere or something like that. Anytime about gacha, they do have gacha, like you saw the level up things. I don't know how you got, but you need elements and other items to level guns and your character. and you can buy your way through it. But if you get further in the game, all that stuff you could farm for free.
Okay.
So you don't have to. Obviously, you can buy and get ahead. People probably will, but everything is acquirable, not paying if you want to go through the grind route.
Okay.
So I mean, I do like how they give you you'll have a thing called adventures. And this whole bar of 4 or 5 activities. Each activity tells you one's for your relic, one's for your artifact, one's for weapons, and you pick what you want to go farm, and that gives you whatever item you're hunting for. You have a currency you can pinnacle energy, I think they call it. You can burn it and get more rewards, but even when you're out of that, you can still farm and get the base reward still as long as you want to. So there is gacha, but I don't think it's going to overpower the game and make it where you have to pay.
Yeah, a couple points on that. Yeah, I always hear people say you don't have to pay, but in reality, how long do you have to play if you don't want to pay, right?
That's
and just
the
the
thing,
fact,
yeah.
obviously they want you to buy stuff. So what they're doing is they're making it slower for you to get, as opposed to a game you pay all up front and you just go through normal speed, I heard with Destiny Rising, or a lot of gacha games, they'll give you a lot of currency at first, and then it slowly tapers off. So you get all excited, and you're like, wait a second, I'm not getting the currency as fast. So you just have to grind like hell or pay money to do it. So I guess my question is, how realistic is that? How many hours would you have to spend? I don't like the idea of getting random character pulls like gacha. And then, of course, anything that artificially limits how much the speed could be by paying more, I just don't like that. I mean, yeah, you're right. You can do it for free, and it's good for the people that don't have money or don't want to spend money on a game. But I just think it's a waste of my time in general,
I mean, we got the real thing. We can play on our
Yeah,
console or PC. We're kind of
This is why I say it's niche based. It's certain people will love it.
Yeah,
You're
for
gonna
sure.
have your whales that buy it all. You're always gonna have that.
Or the people that play 24/7 and they do all the free stuff because
and all they
they're
play is
always
mobile.
on it.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. I didn't get a code for it, so I didn't get to play it. But I watched a bunch of people online play it. And my thing is watching this story and everything, and seeing Radagast and seeing these people that we've heard about in the twilight before our Destiny story started. Why in the fuck is this not a game to play on console? The story of this, as somebody who loves campaign, as Kingsley loves campaign, I could care less about PvP. I like Gambit, but this story would have been a great, just single player story game. It don't have to be live service. It could just been a Destiny game.
And I've heard
what I'm saying.
The story too.
I mean, it's like Belgard, single player game, just a single player game. This is what Todd wanted at Twilight before everything went to shit.
This is why I want Destiny
I'm like,
3.
why
it
is this not
we want new content?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why is this not a campaign for console and PC and mobile? Put it on all of them. The money they could have made from it would have been. I mean, it doesn't have to be live service. Destiny, you don't have to do live service. Just make it a single player game.
Yeah.
Does NetEase do anything besides mobile games? I'm curious. Have they ever done anything besides mobile? I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying it don't have to be NetEase. I'm talking about just the story in general.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And an article just came out. Jesse Shannon just shared in the thing. 2 top people were fired from NetEase for embezzling money. These are the people that make, Marvel's Rivals and Destiny Horizon. They arrested employees and fired 2 top executives because they embezzled over $2 billion. Was it YUAN yen, which is about $278 million in actual money. And 2 executives, it gives their names here. I'm not going to say their names. They were the head of NetEase's esport division, while the other one was the head of the company's publishing side. Neither one of them still work with the company.
Wow.
That literally just dropped while we were here or on our podcast. So it's just like, it took place within the segments of the company the two executives worked in. The company said they also confirmed that 27 different companies have been blacklisted due to the links to fraud. So, yeah,
Wow.
I mean,
I tell you what, if this is the alpha though to this game, I cannot wait for the release because the alpha actually ran smooth.
yeah, I mean,
Like,
people I watched play it, it ran smooth for them. Yeah.
I think it's going to come out fairly quick. I think they even were talking about plans of having beta here pretty soon too.
Yeah.
And it's also supposedly, like you may or may not mention, sorry if I missed, but it's the full game people are getting in the alpha, and it's actually a fair amount of content. I was also watching Astercross do the raid recently.
Yeah, I did too. I watched them earlier this week.
It looked kind of interesting. You know, it didn't look too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think I watched Leopard play it on a, what was it that I screenshotted you, Kingsley? What was it, a Note 10 he was playing it on?
Yeah.
And it was not running well on that.
Most people use the emulator. Yeah.
When he was using the emulator, but he was playing with a Note 10.
Oh.
Is what I'm saying with the emulator.
Well, there's your problem.
Well, no, I'm just saying he was showing you what he was doing, was saying, look, if you're gonna play this on an older phone, be prepared for this. And then he went to his newer phone and ran it at higher graphics, even though it told him, hey, this could melt your phone, this could do this. He still ran it because
melt your phone.
But,
Yeah, I think
the phone should stop it before it's that point. I mean, they give you that warning, but I mean,
shut down.
It's not gonna melt your phone. Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah,
well,
I know where overheat.
It just said it'll overheat.
It.
Yeah, it said you'll lag and it'll overheat. That's what they didn't say. It'll melt the phone. I was just being dramatic. I'm never dramatic.
I mean, hey, hot enough. It's probably doing something to the inside.
Yeah, who knows? But it's my business phone, so I don't want to melt my business phone. I need that, and I think it goes all the way back to iPhone 8. I think, right, Kingsley?
Apple has controls in place.
They
turn
do.
it off if it gets too hot.
There's thermal warnings. There's thermal shutdowns. I've had that happen in the many summers as I work in the heat. It's in my pocket. It gets hot. So, yeah, and Jimmy Rayner. I remember Experience Gate and Destiny 2 Vanilla. They got caught. I remember those times. Believe me, I was farming like crazy back then. And so, and I think Cymatics in chat said that he was able to get his exotic exotic class items without having to run dual destiny. Yes, you can. You just better save up your candy.
Yeah, you better get some candy for that.
Candy's the bottleneck for me right now. So, but I'm loving Festival of Lost. Always have, always will. I love the mask. I love running around and I got the new emote with the it where he dangles the balloon and looks at you literally weird. I love that emote. So I had to get that one. So yeah. Okay. I will add that into the latter part of our catch-up show. Thank you guys. All right, let's get into the TWAB. And you guys are going to like this. I got to share screen. Everyone won't see your faces.
Crash.
Here we go. Stream's gonna crash.
Buckle up, everybody. Yeah, buckle up.
Be sure to clear your cache with Alt F4 first.
We're gonna find out if we're gonna find out if it works right here. So
please don't do that.
Okay, here we go. Everybody hold their breath. Make sure technology does its job. All right, here we go. 3, 2. All right. This week in Destiny for November 7th. I'm gonna do it again. This week in Destiny for November 7th, 2024. And here we go. All right, look, it worked. There's not a ton to talk about in here, but they do have the Revenant Act 2 developer live stream, and it is coming on November 12th, 10 a.m. November 12th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Remember that is Pacific time. Remember our reset East Coast is at noon now, not 1 o'clock. And if you do tune in on Twitch, you will get this really cool emblem. And I got to admit, man, it looks really nice. That is a beautiful emblem. So, yeah, tune into that. I think you got to watch. Does it say how long you have to watch? Just says 15 minutes. I mean, come on. That's so easy to do. Just have another screen open and you're good to go. The Grandmaster Nightfall catch-up is coming next reset with Revenant. We've been trying out offering previously time-gated weekly content all at once up front. It started with the story missions, and we are now continuing that trend with our Grandmaster journey this episode for eager first-time conquerors. I'm a conqueror. Or veterans looking to gild the title for the 10th time. we're offering more flexibility in how quickly you can reach that goal. I didn't know they still held back the Grandmasters. That is crazy. Just throw it out there when the episode drops. Anyway, I won't get into it, but Vesper's host SpeedRun, they have the winners of that. It is the fire team composed of GeoMo Gaming, Z-Raptor, and Serpal FPS. They took the top spot of 14 minutes and 45 seconds. Come on, Kingsley. We got to do better than that, man.
I don't care about that type of stuff.
I don't either, but they got some they got some nice seals, nice jackets and stuff. So probably monogrammed with their names on it, I'm sure. The Bungie Hurricane Relief wrap up. I think we've said enough about that. I think they've done it. I did get the cool t-shirt for that. They have spooky builds to haunt the haunted sectors. We ask and you delivered. Here is our favorite build of Festival of Lost submissions. You have all earned the Hollowed Coronation Photoionization emblems. It's called Prismatic Warlock with Vesper of Radius for electrifying combat.
This chart is amazing with lines everywhere.
It is.
That is a gorgeous chart, actually.
I don't even know.
Well, I don't know about gorgeous. I mean, if you want to follow the arrows, I mean, I don't. Yeah,
Courtside
like it.
Beholder.
it's a flow chart from hell, is what it is.
My ADHD just went
I'm
off.
there. I'm already there, so we're good.
Some people love flow charts.
You know what I did?
I like flow charts. I'm just saying, trying to follow it.
I just texted, I just DM'd King, not Kingsley, but Technical, and I said, "Can you send me that build you're using in there?" He took care of me. We have some other builds here in video form. You can see those on Bungie.net with this week's TWAB. I won't get into that for our audio listeners, but here's the videos for that. More fashion, more pumpkins. They have all these different ghosts that were made. This is Scrapyard on X. Came up with all of these. Wow. They look really good. Okay. And we have some more pumpkin carvings. There we go. This is RoboKill on X. There's a Lone Wolf Park. Wow. A Titan.
Perry the Platypus. A Perry the Platypus Titan.
That looks really good. I love
That's
that mask.
really good. I actually will give them.
It's the seasonal ornament helmet, and it has the big beak nose, you know, like the old doctors of the 1900s.
The Plague Doctor. The Plague Doctor.
I love that mask. It's with the hat. And I didn't have to go to do a dungeon to get the hat. So it's awesome. We got that. And here's another one with the new Festival of Lost armor. Looks really good. That is, I'm going to give credit where credit's due here. Actual Life 303 on Reddit. It's what it's imitating right there. And Vibes on X. The minions. Man, I tell you what, you gotta go to Bungie.net and look at this. Our community is so creative. Look at this. Look how awesome that looks. That is so cool. Vision on X did a Power Rangers version. Very nice. I got to give props to that pink shader. The one with the pink shader, that looks outstanding. But they give you an example of what all of it looks like. Looks very good. Player support report. Now, normally I would just say shit's broken, right? But there is some important information in here I wanted to make sure that we talked about. Because
there's always, we don't read the whole thing, but there's always good things.
Do you mind jumping in there, Kingsley, and reading the first part of it there? Do you have it up?
Let me I'm going to pull it up on my screen too, just so I'm not a few seconds below, with the stream.
There's some stuff in here that is important that we need to read out for people who don't look at the TWAB every week. So,
and the thing is, like, I might have things that are more interesting to me. I don't know if we need to read them all, or you can say things.
Just hop around where you want to there. Normally I would just say shit's broken, but I'll pass it to you this time.
Yeah, well, we are. I mean, of course, we've been continuing to follow up with the Waitgate thing, and even though they've fixed the drops, they're also doing the thing on the 19th where we are going to get double drops. I know you were wondering if that was in the dungeon already, but it's not until 19th. It's through December 3rd. But it's coming soon enough. So it's going to be a great time to get all the rolls that you want. But also on the 19th, Banshee will have a collection of weapons in the tower with curated perk rolls.
Yes.
Oh, is that for the Waitgate thing?
That's what I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
That's their sorry, our bad, we messed up. So here's some awesome rolls, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, really the only thing that I think I'm missing that I would want would be the GL in the dungeon, but I'm sure there's other weapons that people want, so that's good that they're doing this.
I mean, the Indebted Kindness, that's another one from a dungeon. If you haven't run it, you got to get it.
Shield
Yeah.
inhibitor, countermass, spike grenades, envious
Co-
arsenal, and
co-
bait and switch. That's the one I'm getting.
Compass Rose. I mean, that's from one of the seasonal events.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Rose
So
is
they're kind of listing
from
all of them.
yeah. I mean, you got something from Iron Banner, something from Dungeons, something from seasonal event, something from comp in there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hothead
so-
adept. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's
Yeah.
that's a
Oh,
Grandmaster.
Yeah.
That's a
Very nice.
Grandmaster thing.
And they're
What
still
does-
going to give us a deep dive article, like was
Yes.
mentioned. I
Right.
mean, I feel like they're smart about this. They never like hide their mess ups, but they're smart kind of pushing this down the road a little bit so people will be less upset.
Yeah.
Start giving us the rewards, give us the full breakdown a little bit later. The
Yeah.
thing I think people really want to know is exactly how long it's been going on.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing people
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah. So they're gonna. I know you're looking forward to that live stream, Kingsley. I know you're very technically oriented. I know you're gonna probably wonder how they fixed it and all that good stuff. So, the other stuff. Is there anything else there we need to mention?
Yeah, sorry. If you want me to just go over the other known issues real quick.
Go
Okay.
for it.
I was getting sidetracked on that, but
Oh,
it's good. Especially since you've kind of had me, do the weight gate stuff. But
Yeah, I figured that was
Anyway.
apropos. Yeah.
I mean, some things with Festival of Lost are still a little broken. If you've seen this weird quest from Eva, it's actually a Solstice quest. Just ignore it, get rid of it. If players advance to the point where the Icebreaker Catalyst is meant to drop before they own the weapon, the Triumph for the Catalyst will be auto-completed and the player will not be able to acquire the Catalyst. So that sounds kind of intense, so watch out for that. Some players are unable to craft tonics on specific characters. I mean, I guess.
There's tonics. Oh yeah, the tonics. Yeah.
I know. We were talking about this, and pretty much everyone I've talked to forgets to use them.
I can't
I'm
get
sure there's
inside.
some people
had to-
listening to the podcast
I've
now.
literally,
Yeah.
I've literally played the season and I know what tonics are, and all I've done is the content for the story.
Let us know, people, if you use them, and I even grinded out that first week. I got every single combination of ones that there were, but then I just don't use them still. I probably should. I mean, why not, right? They help a little bit, but
Yeah.
Well, it's just remembering to drop them, put them on, and
Yeah.
and then realize, oh crap, it timed out. Let me put another one on. It's I just
Right.
People have been getting more guitar errors. I'm guessing, again, this is more on consoles because a little bit of this can be dependent on how good your rig is. And on my PC, I never really get errors like that. But still, Bungie did need to fix it. And they sent out another tweet a few days ago where they think it was with one of the tonics, actually.
That makes sense.
So they disabled something for a little bit, and then they were testing it.
yeah.
I don't know if we heard
Yeah.
if they figured out what it was, but when you have so many orbs and buffs and things going on the screen, I'm actually still impressed how well this game can work on. Why do we still have it on PS4 and old Xbox?
and Xbox Ones, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Still a lot of people playing on it.
Hopefully that'll be changing soon.
Yeah.
But something to watch out for. And yeah, those are kind of the things I wanted to go over.
Yeah,
Anything else.
that's you were pretty complete there. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. We have our artist of the week. This is Siren on X. Some nice animated content there. Movie of the week. Okay. There it is right there. That's everything we have this week. We hope you guys are enjoying Festival of the Lost and that you are completing the event card Triumph after Triumph. I am working on it and still have a lot of time to get rolls you were looking for. That's my Braytech Werewolf. We are happy to get a 4th times the Charm and Precision Instrument Arcane Embrace, but the Lone Wolf and Closing Time Macabre, we've heard is very good at PvP. Also, that eludes us. Man, I love that sniper rifle, but man, snipers are really hurting right now in PvP. Maybe for later. Maybe I'll bank it for later. Just drop it already. Headless Ones, Destiny 2 community team. Thank you. I always like to say thank you to the community team from Destiny and from Bungie. Thank you for communicating with us every week. I know there's a lot of games out there that don't do this, so we thank you for that. Thank you. All right. Well, that means we're going to get into our topic of the week. And I'm looking forward to this one. HdTech brought this to our attention, so we'll do that next. All right, HD. The topic of the week, you actually, I was talking to our group, and I said, listen, I had an idea of what I wanted to talk about, but you guys came up with something even better. So I am going to turn it over to you, sir. What is your topic of the week that you want to talk about on the show, man?
So, I've had a coworker that I've had a lot of questions about, and it kind of stems down to, does frames really matter? As in, like, over 60 frames, does the average person even know you're over 60, and what's the relevance? And what it come down to is I was playing Destiny Rising at work on my mobile, and I was screen recording. I was gonna make a clip off it, so I had my phone on Don't Disturb, and I had the screen record on. And on the iPhone, when it screen records, it's not at 120, it's at 60. So when I went to put in my editor, I noticed it was choppy a little bit because I was playing it at 120, but the recording was in 60. So about my coworkers, and they looked at me crazy, like it's the same damn video. I said, no, it's not the same video. It's not the same thing. And they can't. I guess they're claiming they don't see more than 60. And does it really matter? Like I remember when I first started gaming, 2004, 5, 6, 7-ish. You spend all this money and you're lucky at 60 frames. You're great. You're wonderful. But now, in modern age, we're chasing 300 plus frames on some of these rigs. Like, at what point is it too much? You even know the difference? Is it even, that's kind of the topic we're going off of and there's a lot of studies out there that, some people say you can only see 60, some people say you can see more than 60. And I think it'd be a great topic to introduce with y'all who, have information. I know Kingsley's very good at statistics, so he probably has statistics. He is very informational and stuff like this.
Froze. Kingsley froze.
I thought he was just playing the perfect Statue of Liberty.
He was playing the Statue of Liberty. I'm sure he'll reconnect. I'm sure he'll reconnect there in a second. I tell you what, I do a lot of video editing. So when I make videos for my YouTube channel, I have to record footage. And I have two main methods that I record footage. I record 1080p at 60 frames on my PS5 through my direct recorder. It captures gameplay. I can either manually record or actually go back. It has a memory and I can go back and record up to an hour back of what I played. Usually I'll do that for my Crucible games because I like playing Crucible on console, not against the mouse and keyboards out there. And the player base isn't exactly vibrant right now on PC. So, and I will tell I will easily tell a difference. I know PS5 does upscale a lot, so I get a lot of motion blur and stuff, even though I don't have that set in my game. And sometimes the footage is just useless. I have to just get rid of it. But yeah, we lost them. Give us a sec, guys. But I will say this. When I record, hold on, we'll get him back here.
Sorry, my power went out.
Oh, well,
that's what
you were like frozen. I'm like, oh, that's a rarity.
No, power went out. We had issues earlier in the day with doing construction in our neighborhood. Okay. And I don't know why it went out tonight, but came right back. So.
Oh, good.
Well, I said you were playing the perfect Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. And I was just
had the perfect stance.
Well, he was hinting over too as far as the specs, but I was talking about before we do that, how I record on my PS5 1080 60, and I'll record on my PC via a software program called Action Software, where I can record 4K 120 because I have 120 refresh rate on my monitor I play with, and it's night and day difference. If you look at a lot of my shorts that I put out, those are 1440 at 120 frames. And if you look at some of our shorts where you see background gameplay, especially on a phone, it is super crisp and clear. There's not much motion blur when you're watching the footage. Usually it's me playing Dual Destiny or something, I think lately. I can definitely see a difference. And I guess your contention is some people can't tell the difference, because I'll show some of my family these clips and they'll go, I can't see the difference. What do you mean it's 120 frames? I can't tell the difference. I think that combined with the actual resolution, I think they have to work hand in hand. I think a lot of it has to do with resolution versus your frames and how well they work together. But Kingsley probably has more to talk about this, but yeah, you had some stats for us, I think, Kingsley, on this.
I definitely have opinions. So, and I know I missed some of the conversation, but HD, you were saying like, you think some people claim they don't notice it or whatever?
Yes, they claim they don't see a difference and they just don't notice it.
That happens usually when you don't have enough experience with it yet. I don't know if you mentioned that or not.
I did not
Anyone
know.
can see a difference. They just may need to spend more time. Okay. There's studies that have been done that show the human eye at the minimum can notice flickers up to 90 hertz, which would be about 90 FPS. Now, some studies are showing people are seeing all the way up to 500 in the right conditions. Now, that's scientific, like probably like a perfect condition, not necessarily a video game, things like that, but we know people can at least see 90. It doesn't mean that you as a person notice a difference at first. Usually the people that don't notice it is they just look at it something really quick. But if you play at the higher frame rate for a while, and especially if you go back, especially, you're going to notice it big time. Here's the thing. The higher you go, there is a diminishing return. It kind of goes down. It cuts in half each time. So the difference between 30 to 60 is one number. Let me see if I can pull up my stats here again. Yep. Okay.
I think it was 33 and 17, I think it was, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, let
I
me
don't remember
see.
the dots.
Oh yeah, I posted it in our chat or something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to worry about the numbers, but basically it gets cut in half every time. So then from 60 to 120, it's half as much of a difference, but it's still a difference that people can notice. And then of course, going from 120 to 240, it's half of as much of a difference again, but it's still something that people can notice. Remember when the Lord of the Ring Hobbit movies were coming out and they were doing them in HDR, high frame rate?
Damn it, you beat me to it. I was going to mention
people noticed that.
Yes.
I mean, when you're on higher frame rates, things seem like they're moving faster until you get used to it. And then when you go back to a lower frame rate, things seem slower than normal until you get used to it. And so playing at a higher frame rate really helps, even in PvE. There's another thing. Let's say even if you as a person can only notice up to like 120 easily, and then you go higher, like I'm not really noticing a difference. There's still benefits to going higher because it can help with something called input lag. So what's happening is the more frames that are being generated, whether you're noticing it or not, you can get better input lag. I mean, less input lag, so it's a better experience. So especially playing on controller, you can just hit your shots a little bit easier because there's less input lag going on. So frame rate makes a huge difference, and the gold standard these days is 120-ish, okay? Yep. Mostly because of price, and also, again, because of it's half diminishing each time. So going to 240, unless you're really like a Twitch gamer doing those type of games all the time, and if you have the money for it, great, 240. But I find it a little sad, games that can't reach a base of 120 at least, or consoles or systems, like everyone should be going for 120. Is my opinion. It's like the best price point for anything right now.
Kingsley, do you remember when we were playing Root of Nightmares? Remember my Warlock was always shooting too far because I was playing at 120 instead of 60? Remember I had to readjust my settings on my gaming PC? But don't say it was because of me. No, I'm telling you, I would get on the catapults and it would shoot me to the next level up. But once I cut my frames to 60, it felt more normal.
Well, thanks for clarifying. I mean, yes, there are bad things that can happen. That's not Warlock Jump in general. That was just the cannons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
And there's been times in games like in Destiny where if you have a really high frame rate, you can take extra damage from things. I wouldn't have people say like, oh, you shouldn't have high frame rates. No, that's just a technical problem that
it is.
Bungie needs to fix or whatever.
But that's where it definitely makes a difference.
That can happen. Yeah, that can happen.
I agree, because especially on controller, I first got my new gaming PC. I could play 4K 120, and I actually had Crucible set at 4K 120, and it shot out at me so clear. I was shocked. Yeah, I was stunned. I had to bring it back down to 120 or 1440, because from 1440 to whatever 2180 or whatever 4K is, it was night and day difference to me. My eyes couldn't adjust quick enough, or it was like right in your face. And I couldn't explain what it was, but I had to actually tone it back down from 4K to playing at 1440 or even 1080 at 120. But 1440 120, because I have a 120 refresh rate, hertz refresh rate gaming monitor that I play on, I still think I have a distinct advantage over people who are playing on a PS4, definitely, or even a PS5 or an Xbox One X, because I can push out my FOV to 105, and because I have high frame rates, I don't get any lag input there, because you're processing more of the screen, right? So you're working your hardware. The more you stretch out the screen, it's trying to capture more crisply. And again, that's where monitors have an advantage over TVs. I keep trying to tell Warcry that, but he doesn't listen. But when I played on a monitor where I had better refresh rates, my KD markedly went up. So equipment has a lot to do with it as well, especially refresh rates and stuff.
And I suggest people get used to it, because sometimes, especially if you're going like from 30 to 120, but even if you're going from 60 to 120, if you're playing on a monitor close by, you'll notice, and at first it may be jarring, but I suggest getting used to it, because everything will seem too fast at first, but trust me, when you get used to it, it's better. Your brain's taking more information. Yeah, and I definitely played better. I mean, that's only one part of the equation. We know there's killers on PS4. I mean, soccer has been there forever.
Absolutely.
But
you finally saw
for your own ability, you can do better on a higher frame rate compared to your own ability on a lower frame rate. Anyone can do better.
Yep. And FOV, I mean, ties in with that as well, because some games don't have FOV adjustments. But what was I going to say? Oh, by the way, I have 4K monitors. Now I'm at 120, because you got to have readers. You got to have glasses. So it also depends on how clearly you can see, how good your vision is, to be able to even detect frames and stuff as well. I will say this, my family that doesn't game, they don't see any difference, because they're not used to having to make quick movements on a screen. They're used to watching still images or very slow moving images on a TV or something. But I think as gamers, anybody of us who have gamed for years can definitely tell the difference. Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, I can still notice it on the newer TVs. If I go have a TV in my house that's one of the older ones, get a newer one, I notice it. But I don't know if that's got anything to do with playing games.
Yeah,
you know, I'm used to it. But I mean, you can notice on TVs if you know what you're looking for. You can notice the difference.
Well, TVs are 4K 120 now, and you can get them you can get them reliably at 120.
Now, if they have HDMI 2.1, there's a caveat to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, HDR.
Again, cables. You're right.
Yeah,
but you should strive for 120 TV if you can get it.
Yeah, I got a 4K. I went from a 1080 to a 4K because my wife said until the TV broke, I can't get another one. So I accidentally dropped it one day. I was moving something and I went, oh, dang it. Oh, let's go to Sam's, babe.
Honey.
Time to go to Sam's, babe. We got to get another TV. Oh, and look, this one's on sale. So yeah, equipment definitely has a difference. But I think as gamers, that's why we gripe when something comes out at 30 and not 60 or 120 or higher, because our eyes are so trained to follow stuff on a screen, especially when you're interacting with a controller or a mouse and keyboard. So yeah, but I understand the difference. As the higher you go in frame rate, the split second difference, I think over 120, I can honestly say I can't tell a difference, but 120 and under, I can tell a difference. That's my limit.
So I should run a test because last year I got now my monitor can do 165 or maybe it's 185.
Wow.
And I should cap it at 120 here. I should have done that homework for the show and see if I notice a difference between 120 and 180.
You know, I want to try something here real quick. I'm going to switch scenes. Everybody hold their breath. Okay. I'm going to do a screen share.
But again, it is less notable
it will be, because that's another thing too, is YouTube and Twitch and a lot of these streaming platforms compress everything. So it may not be, but
limited.
You guys in chat,
gotta do the test.
You guys in chat that are live right now, I want you to tell me what you see here. I don't
think they're going to notice. Yeah.
You don't think they're going to notice?
And they're locked out at 60.
What does YouTube output out? Are you sure YouTube outputs at 120?
It's 60, I thought.
YouTube will go to 4K 60, I believe. No, I've seen, Astrocross releases videos at 120 frames. 1440.
Well, what test were you going to do then? I mean, even
if I just want to show you I want to show you the screen, and you guys can tell me, okay? All right, this is on a 1080 monitor, so you may not be able to tell the difference, but I'm going to share my screen here. Everybody hold their breath. Okay. Let me make sure I got the, here it is. But can you guys tell the difference? There's 120, 60, and 30. You can obviously see the lag at the bottom at 30, right? Can everybody see the image kind of smeared?
I'm not seeing it.
You're not seeing a difference?
No, but where's the image at? Is it on your stream or is it on Discord?
Yeah, I just shared it on stream. Yeah, I just shared it on stream.
Okay.
With 30's at the bottom, 60's in the middle, and 120's at the top. Now I'll tell you this, I can't tell the difference because I'm on a 60 hertz 1080 monitor where I'm showing you this, but if I switched it over to my 120 4K monitor, you would see the top. See how that middle's lagging just a little bit? I know it's hard to tell.
Oh, the bottom one is tearing off.
30 is terrible. That's why playing Destiny 1 right now, I can't do it because that's what Destiny looks like when I play. So you should
have a test of just the 60 and the 120 together because the 30's making me.
I would test it, but
it's making my eyes hurt.
I'm terrified to try to do it. So let me get back to the regular screen here. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I just want to show you that.
If YouTube is for some reason giving us 60, we may not notice.
60 I'm streaming it. I'm streaming at 1080 60. You can. I guarantee you, I can.
So then
we're only seeing
for the top one then too, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So
that's an unfair showing.
I know, but I was just trying to see if you guys could notice anything on the stream that was different. You can definitely see the 30 frames is lagging bad.
Oh yeah.
Even if you have motion. Sorry to do that with your eyes. My eyes are hurting too.
No, you're good, man.
But even if you have, see, I turn motion blur and all that crap off when I play games, especially Destiny, and I can still see it if I'm playing Destiny 1. It's just that bad. So I had a question for you guys. I got a little trivia. And if you know the answer, just blur it out. I don't care. This goes for chat too. How many frames do they play movies at?
Oh,
a standard movie, not the crazy ones. And I'll explain.
Yeah. Isn't it only 24 or something? 24
frames per second is what they project on a screen. Now, I remember when I went to see the latest Avatar, remember how clear the screen looked like it was in a computer? That was 48. That was 48 frames per second. And they were processing everything in 3D. I remember my wife and I went to see that movie and I said, honey, I didn't like the story of the latest Avatar, but man, were the graphics amazing. I felt like I was in a video game, but it felt weird because I was used to movies having that little bit of blur, 24 frames, but they doubled it to 48 frames. And you know what? Avatar is not the only movie it's done that. I had a list of movies that have played in high frames. And
the Hobbit movies.
Yeah. That's why you mentioned that. They did. That was 48, by the way, Kingsley, 48. Of course, I'll have to pull it up on my notes here, but I do have a list from the wiki of all the movies that are played in high frame rates. Momentum, 1992, that was 48 frames. Night of Dreams and New Magic from the 70s and 80s was at 60 frames. Hoop Dreams, 60 frames. Titanic, 48 frames. Love and Pop, 60. Soaring Over California, I don't know some of these movies, 48. Inland Empire, 60. Avatar, 48. The Hobbit.
You said Soaring Over California. That's the Disney ride.
That's the Disneyland ride.
Yeah, that's 48. That's the Disney. Yeah, that's 48. Yeah. Well, it is a movie, technically. I mean, that's 48.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
But that was on some huge panoramic screens, though. Think of the processing power to make that happen. 48. Avatar, The Hobbit, Unexpected Journey, The Hobbit, Desolation of Smog, 48 frames per second. They did do
screen size.
Yeah, screen size has a lot to do, but I mean,
it is. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah. The Hobbit, The Battle of Five Armies, 48 frames. Billy Lynn's Song Halftime Walk by Ang Lee, 120 frames. It was on DVD and Blu-ray at 24. Blu-ray 4 ultra high definition was at 60. Just trying to see if there's anything else though we know here. Avatar Way of Water I mentioned. Actually, The Way of Water, 48. Sorry, I thought it was 120. Gemini Man, 2019. Remember that movie? 120 frames per second. I don't know. Remember seeing a difference?
Care about all of them, I'm sure.
Anyway, Argyle, Kung Fu Panda, Godzilla, X Kong, The New Empire, The Wild Robot, which that's the latest. That's all 48 frames per second. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Yeah. Anyway, I just want to mention that there have been movies that have tried to do it, but most movies are at 24 frames per second, which is just crazy.
Well, you know where you notice it more, like we were saying, it depends on screen size a lot, and it depends on how fast things are moving too. So like again, when I was watching Hobbit, when they were actually like moving, it seemed like they were moving faster than normal based on what I was used to. But when something's stationary on the screen, you're not going to notice the high frame rate as much. Apple started adding 120 into their iPads and some of their higher end phones, and a lot of people, it's harder to notice, especially on a phone. I think this comes back to even what you were saying, HD, but you can notice it more, even though it's a small screen, if you're moving things, like if you're swiping your screen up, like through a web page or like text or watching something fast moving. When you have the higher frame rate, you'll notice it a lot more, even on a small screen.
I definitely know myself. If you have like a normal 60 phone on 20, I can tell just going through the menu, just swiping through it.
Yep.
And I think the doesn't the iPads, the new latest iPhones and iPads have a tighter pixel screens too, don't they? The new magenta
they're always
screen.
improving that, but it's the frame rate when they finally started doing that too can make a big difference. Yeah.
That means more processing power. Means your battery's dying quicker.
No, they find ways. The battery life's always better in every model.
Really?
They find ways to make it work that way. So
from the iPhone
my
man
15
himself.
Pro is definitely better than my 13 Pro Max is.
My 13 Pro Max has been really good. And I've got the, what's the latest? 16?
16.
This is the 15. This is the basic 15.
I've got a 15 Pro Max. I
and
love it. I mean,
I feel like the
I do
batteries are
too.
about the same, but this one doesn't even get much use. It just sits here as my alternate office phone.
yeah, it can feel the same, but batteries aren't getting worse. Apple always has been finding a way to make batteries better, actually.
Okay.
So if you do have a way to test, you get a little more battery life with each year.
While we're on the tech talk, before we move on to our questions from our Discord, what do you think of the new Apple AI?
I just
I
got it on my
I'm
15
looking.
Pro Max. It just updated, and I've just now had the
You
chance.
wait a
this
minute.
week to
You
start
got the
playing
latest
with it.
update?
Yeah,
Yeah.
18.1.
So
I
your
didn't.
13 won't have it.
13s won't get it.
But my
And your
15s
15
and 16s.
only 15 Pros only, because they got the M17 chip. Is M17? What's the chip number?
I don't have the
The
Pro.
Pro and the Pro Max will get it.
I don't have the
but
Pro.
not
Only
the-
yeah.
On the computers, more older computers are getting it, but on the phones, since the processors again are not as fancy as computers, only like the 15 Pro or higher or whatever. But
Okay.
But and it's only halfway out right now too. I have it all the way. I have the 18.2 beta, so I can tell you even more cool things.
Oh,
that are
you're in
coming.
that group. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it'll
don't
be
do
in
betas.
December.
I've been fired, hurt before, but I had a phone break while on a beta. You get a new phone. It says you can't back up because you need to update to the new software, and you can't because of the beta software. So I've lost all my stuff before because of that.
Yeah, well, there is a way to go back. I could have helped you, but
Well, this was like 8 years ago for you. So
yeah. Anyways, but yes, an average person shouldn't install the beta. I'm an IT guy and I do Apple stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, that's we can
Anyways,
stand that.
it's a tough question because there's so many things involved. The .1 release, it's doing summarization, which is like kind of cool. It does have the basic text rewrite in there, so you can
I do like
highlight the
that.
text
Yeah.
and say, write professionally or write casually. So it's like ChatGPT, but it's Apple's firewalled version, so it's not going out to servers anywhere.
I also like the like you can have it summarize your notifications on your home screen.
Yes.
Yep, I like that.
So like I get all my
Big
like
thing.
fantasy football stuff, and it'll literally I'll get like 5 or 6 of them in a row come out, and it just summarizes them in one of this. I'm like, that's cool. I don't have to look through them all unless I want to, you know.
Yep. And then the .2 release. And by the way, Apple, like someone said in the chat, it wasn't supposed to be at the launch of the 16. They said all along, people weren't paying attention, I guess, but it was coming out in a phased rollout, which is actually smart.
Yes. Yeah.
It was never supposed to come out the second the 16 came out. But anyways, the .2 release, it's adding a bunch more stuff. It's adding the image creation thing. You know, you can already do this on other websites and stuff, but Apple has a built-in thing called Image Playground. So you can say, draw me a picture of a gator with a backwards hat, just like what you had, and
I can't
that'll
wait.
be built in. And then it's also adding full chat GPT if you want. The people that are really into the rewriting, like let's say if the Apple one's not good enough or they're used to chat GPT or they pay for the chat GPT Pro, they're allowing you to tie into that also if you want. So that'll be pretty cool too. So
I like the cleanup feature personally. It's really great for like if I'm out with my kids, I can erase all the background junk and nonsense out the picture. I don't know if you played the cleanup feature or not.
I mean, AI stuff, I'm going to be most interested with the picture stuff, and I like the summarization. When I write emails, I probably should do the rewrite to make it sound more professional, but I just don't always
Sometimes you don't want to take the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Just
I think it was
whatever.
a few weeks ago. I put a thing Guardian Hub. It's Wednesday. Come to our weekly BBL rating. It sounded professional. That was AI. That was Apple Intelligence rewrite.
Really?
I rewrote that line. I didn't write it. That was Apple who wrote that for me. I remember you replied to it. You said, "Oh, thanks, let us know," or something along those lines. That was actually Apple's. That line they rewrote. I didn't sound that cool when I did it.
So many companies are, I mean, Microsoft's had Copilot for a bit, of course, Google, there's ChatGPT. And what's really interesting to me is figuring out which one people want to use and how they all integrate together. I have one of my largest customers, even though they use all Apple laptops, we use the Microsoft stack, of course, because that's the best one for email, Office 365 and everything like that. And Microsoft plays really well with Apple, actually, even though people think they don't. And
they've gotten better, a lot better over the years of playing well.
Yeah, it's got better. And I had the customers even asking me a couple of days ago, like, should we sign up for Copilot and get that going? I'm like, well, hold off, because of course Microsoft's charging business prices like $30 a seat. And I'm like, hold off. Let's try the Apple one, see how you like it. Maybe it's not good enough for you, but I loaded the .1 beta on them because we were holding off a little bit just to be safe. Well, it's not beta anymore, but the .1, you know. And they're really liking it so far because you can even use it in Outlook and then just don't do the Microsoft way, but just highlight your text, right click it, say rewrite, and then it does it through the Apple way.
Yeah, and I mean, we use Copilot where I'm at. And
you like Copilot?
I mean, I haven't used it. I mean,
that's Windows, right?
Like, we'll be in a that's
Microsoft.
a Windows AI, and they'll be in a meeting, in a Teams meeting, and somebody will start Copilot just to transcribe everything. And it's cool to go back and read it, and you can click through it and skip, around.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's nice, but I don't have a license for it. I don't want a license for it. I don't need it. No. But I've had to get license for other people in my departments and in my area. So
I mean, the AI art programs are just phenomenal right now. And I mentioned this last week when we talked about what is considered art. I consider AI art because I can't find that thumbnail of our stream tonight of me with my backwards hat and the AMC poster that Heyoka made for me. You can't find that on the internet anywhere. And good luck trying to put all that together on the Canva or something. That's just a lot of work. If you have the right prompts, you can really, and I think the art is how you send the prompts in. I really think that's the true art, because AI will only do what you give it parameters to do, at least from what experience I've used it. So I've made a couple avatars on a program on my phone, but I haven't really dabbled too much in it. And I've been really impressed, and it's only going to get better, right? So, yeah. Okay, good conversation, guys.
Yep.
Anybody got anything else to add? We got some questions from our Discord. We'll get to those next, and then we got some music to add. All right, be right back. All right, let's get into some Discord questions tonight. I've got a few here, some Destiny ones and a couple non-Destiny ones. This one is from Jimmy Rayner. Are you guys excited for Halloween and Christmas event in one season, but only Guardian games in the next? It's from Jimmy Rayner.
It don't bother me personally.
Seasons all seem to be blending together, and I don't know what's going on. So.
And
I don't care about the seasonal events anyways.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not a big seasonal event guy. So.
Those are bumming me out. I'll be the one to carry the torch.
But it don't bother me with season. I don't look at when they're tied into. If they're going to happen calendar-wise the same anyway, so I don't really look at this is one episode, it's another episode.
You know, the greatest thing I love about seasonal events is that's my time to farm Bright Dust, because it's not easy to farm anymore. True. Those repeatable bounties I can get 50 Bright Dust per haunted sector.
Somehow I've been fine without doing it. You must buy a lot of
You
stuff.
got to buy
And
stuff.
I haven't played the game in weeks.
Oh, yeah, I buy a lot of stuff. If I see something I like, I don't waste time. I just get it. Monty Money had a question here. He goes, "What is your favorite of all the new and reprised weapons for this episode?" Okay, I can answer that question. Pull up Den
Yeah,
here.
y'all go have fun with it. I have no idea.
I ain't got it yet, but I'll say Chrome Rush if I'm looking for one. That's what I'm looking for.
I think I like the new sidearm. I haven't really tested it enough, but I've been really concentrating on crafting all the final shape weapons. I'm still working on my fusion rifle and my auto rifle, trying to get those leveled up. But I would say, and I still got to run Garden of Salvations because I want to get my fusion rifle where I can get it crafted. That thing is a beast in Crucible right now. You guys got any weapons you can think of? I mean, the sidearm I like is called Insurmountable. It's a 260. It fires a little slower, but it does have closing time and Lone Wolf, which is what I like to use. Accurized rounds. I've got a decent roll of that, and I've got that one enhanced from the new season. The grenade launcher is okay. I've got the Bittersweet. I mean, I'm not a big grenade launcher fan, but I have been using it because I did have one drop. Killing Tally and Reverberations, the roll I've got. But I like the new perk they have on it called Dark Ether Reaper, where when you get final blows of the weapon, you periodically spawn dark ether charges, and the charges come at you, and you absorb them.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I see those coming at me, and I don't know. They seem kind of neat. I'll have to just see on that. But other than that, I haven't gotten a lot of the other weapons yet. I mean, I did get the pulse rifle, the Vantage Point, but it's a 390. It's an adaptive, and adaptives are okay, but they're not the meta right now. 390s. I mean, they can be very accurate, and they do have a lot of forgiveness, but it's just not there. That one is very average. There's much better 390s out there. I mean, my bygones. That thing's a beast right now. Anything else, guys, that you guys are getting from the season you want to mention?
Not really. I mean, mostly just the dungeon weapon. You know me, like unless there's a weapon I'm really excited in. So
Right. Okay. Barrel Barley.
You know,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
That's the only one I really play of season. If it's like some of the prize ones, Chrome Rush I'm going for. If it's the actual episode ones, the one I've really hooked to is the Stasis GL, the double hit. If you have chill clip, it just synergies so well with it.
Yeah. Probably works real well with the double shot. Talking about reprised weapons, I'm loving farming my Anonymous Autumn. That I've been using that actually more than my normal sidearm in the Crucible, which used to be my heliocentric, which are both fire at 360, but one is arc and just seems to have a lot of cool stuff that it's been added with all the latest perks and stuff. Since they've redone a lot of the weapon perks, they've added a lot of new perks in the game. So as far as revised or reprised weapons, the Anonymous Autumn sidearm is just brutal. It's just destroying people right now in the Crucible. Okay, we'll move on. Barrel Barley 406 a question. He goes, what do weapon levels go up to, and what is their purpose? I have a Gambit Memento and it unlocks a shader at level 30, but my gun is at 65. Are there mementos for higher levels? Love the show. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Barrel Barley. Appreciate your question. I will say this. It goes to 99, I think. I think it stops at
that, doesn't it?
No, I've got 100
no,
levels. I got 100 levels on some of my weapons.
Yeah, I think it just goes forever. It's just, I mean, until you like max out all the perks you want. Other than that, the number is just a feel good number.
You still
I think it's 17 level. After that, you don't get a benefit really.
Yeah,
on average.
Other than you.
Yeah, sorry, Kingsley.
No, it's just more a bragging thing than anything, or if it makes you feel better about yourself or something, you know.
Well, my favorite pulse rifle of all time I crafted is the looking for it here is the It's the one from the Battlegrounds that we were playing the Battlegrounds. Gosh, that's so many seasons ago, but it is a kinetic pulse rifle, and I'm frantically looking through DIM here to find it. Here it is. Here it is. My Peace of Mind. I'm at
that thing.
100 and 107 level on it. So yeah, it definitely goes into triple digits. But the main thing, just keep in mind, Barrel, is you can only roll one roll at a time. But once you get to level 17, like HdTech said, that usually unlocks all your perks on the weapon. Now, as far as the memento, yes, you get a name for it at, I think, 20, and then 30 you can actually apply the memento. And I wish I could tell you it does more than that, but that's it. That's as far as they went with weapon crafting. As far as that, do I wish they brought more camos and cool stuff in to show off your weapons? Yes, but no, they don't do it right now. Maybe something will come in Frontiers. I'll just speak it into the ether and we'll see what happens, right? So, Bazash, are we ready for revving up for the next expansion? Bungie seem to be quiet on Frontiers with trailers, etc. Are we excited or happy to wait, like for Final Shape? Or have we run out of stuff to do and waiting for anticipation? Personally, I want to wait and let them make it perfect and then be blown away with the new expansion, as this will set the scene for the next 10-year chapter. What do you guys think of Frontier so far? Just overall. And
First, I don't think they have. I don't think they have enough work done to give us any trailers, and they don't always in the past give us trailers way ahead of time. I know sometimes they have, but there's no specific precedence for like always like exactly 6 months or a year ahead of time or whatever. So who knows, maybe one will still be coming. I think it'll be really interesting because history shows things always get pushed back, right? But so far, the way these episodes have been going and the way they're talking about Frontiers is they may actually have this on time. And especially if it's like the way they're putting systems in place where they're going to have a lot of replayability of, I'm still really curious how big the actual new content will be, because that's what I care about the most. But they may have this on time, and I've gone through, just to answer the question again, I've gone through phases where I've been down and now I'm a little bit up on Frontiers. I'm still hoping for more, but that's my take on it.
Okay. Anybody else? Frontiers?
I'm excited for it personally. I mean, the dub post they put out, this got me, my eyes are up and I'm tweaked up and ready to experience it. I mean, and I'm not dry on the game, but mind you, I don't play as much as some other people do due to, being busy all the time and don't play much. So like, I don't have an issue waiting, but I still have plenty of content to play in the game before I'm, running out of anything to do, because, I generally lately usually play 3-4 days a week because I'm tired every other day, and I might play for like 2-3 hours and that's it, really, just because I'm with my kids all day, and then come night I may or may not even want to play at all. So I think my perspective is different than someone who plays 8 hours every day.
Yeah, they're the ones that are going to get burnt out, and we've lost a lot of people in our community that have just got burnt out, and they just have totally jumped out of the community and totally just disengaged. And I understand.
If it wasn't for the community, I probably would be more leaning to be burned out. But for me, the community is what's keeping me going a lot. That's a big part of it.
Yeah. I always like to clarify that too. There's nothing wrong with playing new stuff really fast. I think people use that term incorrectly sometimes. To me, burnout means like there's something you don't like, you're upset about, or you play too much, not because of new content or old content, but you played too much and you got sick of it. It was your fault.
Yeah.
But like, if I play through all the content quickly and then there's nothing else to do, I'm not burnt out. There's nothing else to do. I'm bored and I move on. So I think there's, me, I always love nuance. I think there's differentiation between the two, and there's nothing wrong with playing stuff fast. That doesn't cause burnout necessarily. Burnout is a different thing if you play it in a way that ultimately makes you upset later on. That's what burnout is.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that question. Blink has one here. Since episode 2, Revenant released all of its story content all at once for Act 1. Does this episode feel any different than Echoes? Thanks, love the show.
Yeah, it's worse.
I do not like the fact that here's the problem. And I'll share my experience with this episode, and you guys can chime in here. What did it take, an hour and a half, if that, to run all of the story content for the first act of Revenant? One, I don't even remember what it was. And two, I haven't even really engaged with the potions because I don't really need to. I've already run the story. I've already gotten the story done. Now, next, they're going to have the live stream next week to talk about what's coming. And I think we've heard that it's going to be maybe a a Prison of Elders type game or something like that. I don't know.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
But I do not like the fact that they release it all at once, because I'm used to being engaged every week to check in with the vendor or whatever, and it just doesn't seem the same this season. That's just this episode. That's just it for me. This first act.
But it's not just that. There actually is less content. So, like, let's say if they even took this content and spread it out over several weeks, it would still feel bad. They literally gave us less content this time around. So
I feel
no matter how they spin it all at once or put it over weeks,
Yeah.
Oh, there's only 24 steps instead of 58, something like that.
Yeah, it's a lot shorter. And it's definitely when they spread it out over 3 or 4 weeks, it seemed to make the episode seem like something was going on longer. But I've kind of just done all the peripheral stuff, and the story stuff I'm done with it. I got it done. So
yeah, it's not a title. There's no dark mission right now. We got the dungeon, but I mean, I told you I'm playing the game obviously because as a community we make it fun with Thursday PvP nights, or I've been doing the raid nights on Wednesdays or that, so it's fun that way. But content wise, I'm with Kingsley. I mean, I thought I would have liked it at first because I liked how Season of the Wish, I wasn't I gotta keep up with the story every week due to my time constraint. I thought that I would have, I can get it done in 1 week now and have 2-3 weeks of chilling and not worry about rushing and do the story stuff. But it was so short that I think even if they spread it out, I would have had an issue keeping up with it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. There may have been, I think, probably 4 iconic actual good missions, 3 maybe, and that was all there was.
Yeah.
And remember, everyone's saying oh, we can't judge this year of Destiny on the first episode because the thing that comes out, the DLC's lighter. No, we're actually seeing, if they keep this trend, all of the content's going to be lighter throughout this whole year, because this is the second one now, and it's actually somehow worse than the first one.
Yeah,
so I'm still hopeful the third one, they'll bump it up, the one with the Dreadnought, hopefully, because I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like this year in general is a placeholder from the last story to Frontier. I mean, that's just a part of the game's in. It's a placeholder spot. That's just the nature of the storytelling we're at.
Yeah, and I know, and that's what I was trying to warn everyone about. But then a lot of people were saying oh, don't be negative. It's going to be amazing. Wait for the second episode and everything. But no, it's still pretty light.
I might have been in that camp. I was more optimistic, but I guess I'm realizing.
I was too.
Yeah, I always hope the best. I'm the Destiny shill here. It's all right. I'll wear my badge proudly. All right, we're running a little late tonight, so we're going to get on with our music ads. And so Elmer Fudd, play that intro music. That's for our audio listeners, by the way. You'll hear it if you listen to the audio version. Sorry, guys. All right. We're going to go to you first, HD. Just your song pick and why you picked it. And I haven't started yet. Here we go.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Fudd. All right. This is the final segment of our show. This is where we like to pick our song for our award-winning, I'm still going to stick to that, Guardian Downcast show playlist, a little sample of what myself and our guests listen to, and we invite you guys to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist on Spotify and now Apple Music. The links will be down in our show description down below. We now have 1,224 songs representing all of us and all of our past guests. It's the songs we've been adding since this show started in July of 2019. So I will go with our guest of honor tonight, HdTech. What did you pick for us tonight for music?
So I picked it's called False Pretense by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, and it was a song I've always enjoyed since I was a kid. When I was younger and my high school, middle school days. I was always a little heavyweight. And the movie came out, Never Back Down. The original one came out, and that was like inspiring me. I started doing some working out and getting physically better in my younger age because that movie, kind of the music, and you're young, it pushed me there. So I've always had that song in my head of like inspirational, motivation to do something.
Very cool. Gator, did you add something tonight?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you add tonight, man?
I actually added a Christian rapper. His name is KB. He's I don't know if anybody in the Spear knows of Winter Jam. They do every year. They have this year it's Skillet, this guy KB, and a couple other people, Colton Dixon, and a couple other ones. This is a song that came up on one of my. You know how you do the DJ playlist on
I do.
Spotify.
I do too.
And he came up in it, and I listened to it, and then I added it to my playlist, and just listened to my playlist week. This came up, so I thought that is 10K by KB.
Very cool.
It's like a Christian rap. It's really cool. I like the lyrics to it.
I like it. Those are very different songs than what I usually choose. Well, a song I chose tonight, I discovered this relatively smaller band from the UK. I mean, they have under 45,000 listens a month on Spotify. A few years ago, I actually added one of their songs to our playlist. The band is just a product of many progressive rock bands from the past, like Arena, Kino, and IQ, if you follow prog rock like I do. The lead singer of the band, his name is Jim Godfrey. He formed the group in 2004. He plays some mean synthesizer, man. This guy's the most talented synthesizer player, keyboard player I've listened to in a long time. And you combine that with the latest vocalist, Deck Burke. He's an Irish keyboardist who moved to playing guitar, and man, you should hear this guy shred. You'll see from the song I chose tonight. It's from their brand new 2024 album, Life in the Wires. The song I chose from that one is called Moral and Consequence. It's from the band Frost. Now it's Frost with an asterisk after it. Don't ask me why they added the asterisk. I think it's because they added Deck at the like in 2008. So maybe they added that asterisk to say that this is Frost with him. I don't know, but the song is 8 minutes long. I'll warn you. But if you want to wake up in the morning, you want to just sit there and jam while you're in the shower, man, this song is awesome. So it's a cool sound. My wife wasn't crazy about it, but she likes more coffee house stuff. But this is definitely upbeat. It'll wake you up. That's for sure. So, well, good deal. Hey, I wanted to thank everyone for coming to the show tonight. We had a great turnout tonight. A lot of people showed up for our live stream. Man, we just had a great time tonight. I think everyone in the chat chimed in and was interacting with us tonight. HdTech, I'll go to you, man. How can people reach you? I think you do some streaming as well, don't you, sir?
I do some streaming. I'm on Twitch. It is HD Technical due to HdTech being taken away before I got a hold of it. I also stream on TikTok. It's hd.technical. I do a lot of TikTok shorts, and I primarily do my non-streaming content on there. And I'm across all the Discords. I'm a moderator over in the BBL lounge, so let's look up HdTech in every channel, except for Space Mafia or Danger. Put me as Ava Maria.
I like it. I like it. Kingsleymac, how can people find you, sir?
Yeah, it's Kingsleymac all the places. I might start slowly doing some more stuff on Twitter X, but I'm not sure yet. But basically, Kingsleymac all the places. In the game, I'm Kingsley, but basically, you can find me as Kingsleymac.
The other Gator.
You can find me on Twitter X, in the Discords, and online is RNGGator.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thanks everyone for stopping out tonight. I'll save like 5 minutes here, guys, if you don't mind. 5 more minutes. I know we're running late. Anything you guys have to mention to us? You have any questions about the show? Anything? Now's the time. This is our
power went out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm super reliable. It was funny. We were talking about before the show too.
Yeah.
But you know, they were doing construction, and what happens, I mean, this will happen with above ground also, but stupid construction people, they won't, maybe like the people didn't draw the lines well, so they cut into the power lines, of course, you know.
Oh.
The big sparks and fire and oopsies.
But I don't know why we had a little bump tonight, probably because of the work that was being done earlier, and then maybe they had to reset something. But
dude, Florida is always surge. It's always flickering. That's why I have everything on battery backup. my internet, my computer, everything running this show right now, you wouldn't notice if my power flickered, but I'm surprised you didn't have a battery backup, Kingsley, for your stuff, being a technical guy.
The thing, yeah, I mean, my laptop, I don't need it, but then very rarely our power goes out, so I could get one for my network equipment. If this happens more, I'll get one, but
no sweat. I'm just giving you shit, man.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Being the tech guy.
No, I get it. But see, the thing is like tech guys don't necessarily get things unless they're totally worth it too. So I don't know if it's worth it to me yet.
That's what
I don't have it either. I don't have it either, Kingsley. And I mean, I had a battery backup like first time I had an office and everything, and then the batteries went bad, and trying to get rid of that thing, and as heavy as it is,
it depends on the area. A lot of my customers still will talk about it and we'll get one installed. It's just a small insurance policy, but but since I live in an area where power has been very reliable, like tonight is like the 0.0001% of all the times, you know.
Yeah. And the battery
on a laptop, you know, it doesn't matter on a laptop anyway. So
the battery backups are for you to gracefully shut stuff down.
Yeah, they're
not to keep you up and running.
You need a generator.
That's not what they're there for. Yeah.
So
yes, Jimmy Rainer, we do have surges.
I have streamed on generator before. I've done before.
I'm definitely not getting a generator here just because of the reliability that we have. But yeah,
I have very affluent clients who have big generators built into their house. In Florida, I mean, you can understand we deal with hurricanes every year.
Of course, in that area,
And the battery backup that I have, it's a very nice one. It's a nice digital one. It's pretty big, but it can only hold everything together for maybe 5 minutes, because it drains that battery quick. Milton damn near killed my battery backups. And they were chiming. Even when I had everything shut off, they were still quacking. So yeah, they were not happy when Milton shut our power off. It obliterated my battery backups. I had to recharge all of them. It was that bad. So, but yeah, I'm just looking at chat here real quick.
I might jet soon because wife ordered pizza, but yeah.
That's right. I keep forgetting you guys are 2-3 hours behind us. That's right. That's right.
No, it's only one for me. I'm gonna regret this in the morning, but it's all right.
I've got 12:30.
I gotta get up at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh well, no. Let's call it then, guys. Hey, chat. No.
It's okay.
We're looking at chat. Looks like everyone's. I mean, Albuquerque by Weird Al, Steel Zealot. Prog rock is full of 8-minute songs, 10, 12, 15-minute songs. That's why I love prog rock. Is so you can just sit back and have it blaring in my office while I'm working on stuff. So thank you all very much. Appreciate you. Love you guys. And I'll see you guys in the Discord later, Guardians.
Bye.
Bye.